3, 2, 1, go! Hope you all are excited for the beginning episode of Warhams!
Yeah, buddy! Yeah!
I've been shot!
Welcome, everybody. What? Alright, so, welcome everyone to Warhams. This is a Warhammer 40,000 tabletop RPG show, and I am your host, ZoranTheBear, and I would like to bring it around the horn, basically introducing all of the players in our lovely Game Master. So, the person who is playing Braine is...
Speaker D! I'm the leader of the team.
And just for people who are referenced on TTS and stuff, what characters have you voiced in TTS?
I have voiced Vect, I have voiced the Emperor, I have voiced Commissar A, I have voiced Inrium Spectre, and many others.
Excellent. And then further coming down, we have someone playing Reeb Van Horn, who was our Inquisitor Acolyte, and you all is played by...
Earndil.
Earndil?
Earndil is here. Hello, that is I. I am me. Hello.
And Earndil, what has your contributions been to the Emperor Had a Text of Speech Device universe?
Well, I voice act sparingly, small bit parts here and there. No one particularly valuable at times, but I am one of the writers, and so is Speaker D, and I'm really surprised you didn't bring that up.
I forgot.
How can you forget? Right.
Writers.
You and I butt heads frequently on this. How can you forget? I'm going to beat you.
The wars have left deep scars.
I'm going to hit you with a rake. Stop.
Okay.
And quickly, Speaker D, what type of character are you playing?
I am playing the Scutarius probationary tech priest, Braine, who is a rather eccentric individual.
And Earndil, you want to talk about your character real quick? Just like what his class is, archetype, etc.
Yes, he is an Ordo Xenos inquisitorial acolyte. He is learning to understand xenobiology so he can use it to better the Imperium of Man, or just so he can vivisect things, because he does that a lot, I will hope.
Excellent. And then, of course, we have our captain of our lovely ship that'll bring us out throughout various objectives of the Crusade, Captain Zedek, and he is played by...
HulkyKrow. Thank you very much. As much as Braine may think he's the real brains of the operation, I'm clearly the guy in charge here, and future hero of the Imperium, by the way.
And, you want to talk about your character real quick, who he is, what he does?
So, Captain Zedek is our resident rogue trader, pilot of the ship. I don't know if we're going to reveal the name of that ship yet. But
we'll find out as we go.
They will. Very cocky, but has a heart of gold as much as he tries to be a gallivanting rogue trader as so many people he's idolized before.
And with that, of course, even though we have our band of things, of course, I am also playing Lorn, who is a pretty much a sanctioned psyker, and who is basically crazy. Even though we're all here together, we're here to suffer at the hands of the true star of the show, who is the Game Master, Thurston Hillman. Thank you so much, sir, for coming over and game mastering for us. Would you like to talk about yourself a little bit?
Well, that's a lie. I'm not like a professional, game master. I'm just here to torture you. That's what I was hired for. Hello. Hi. What was that? Whoa. Yes. No, I'm Thurston Hillman. Fine. I'm going. I'm Thurston Hillman. I do game stuff, and I'm here to inflict pain upon all of these players, and I look forward to it. You will see some ridiculous stuff that Alpha and I have put together as part of the creation of this vestigial limb of TTS.
And that is definitely a thing. A majority of this is basically in the universe of the TTS universe and all that stuff. So any kooky banana stuff you've obviously seen from the shows, you might kind of see here. And of course, you might be wondering, wow, this is an overlay with a bunch of stuff on it. What's going on here? How do things work? So we are playing basically a Warhammer 40k tabletop RPG, basically called Wrath and Glory and stuff like that. And obviously, that game encompasses various dice pulls to kind of go for this. And I understand there's other 40k RPGs out there. We get you. We really like them too. But just for string compatibility, we did this one. We might play some of those later on. But other than that, all these dice basically have a purpose. The ones that you kind of see at the bottom left are called glory die, which they will be depleting now. These we use for various things. You kind of see them kind of either below the Twitch video player in the About section if you're on mobile, and you'll be able to see kind of the little things that they do. They'll kind of be explained as the show goes on, but they kind of help with like improving rolls whenever we need them or doing some extra damage. The things you can kind of see on Braine's character there, you can kind of see the dice kind of flicker on and off. Those are called wrath dice. They are basically kind of like, oh, we need to re-roll some failed rolls that happened, or we want to use them to influence the story in some way. It's a very story-driven game. But of course, the red dice at the bottom right are called ruin dice here, in which all these dice were custom made, which artist, I can't remember his name exactly right now because I can't find my credit list. He did an amazing job on this. Like, it is superb on what he's done with all this art. And basically, the Game Master starts with 4 ruin points at this point, and you guys are able to influence the game. One of the things you wanted to do is basically allow you guys to help support the show, which you'll see the little things at the bottom left there in that little blue section, on how you can influence the game and on how these kind of affect the game as they go. Of course, it does bring up some concerns. Some people be like, well, what if someone who has a bigger wallet than me comes in and tries to pay to win the game and mess it up? One of the things we want to emphasize is that, and Speaker D, check your mic thing. It's now hot mic in there. Oh. And basically on what it's, what we want to do, we want to have a good show first. So if you see that we're capped on dice, like right now we're capped on wrath dice, we're not banking things. We're not doing extra. We're not going to say, oh, I donated 500 thingamajigs. That person's supposed to have 10 dice now. We're not doing that. A show first. We want to make sure you have a good time, and if we don't want someone to come in and like drop a whole bunch of stuff to mess up the game. We're here to have a really good time first, make sure you guys have a good time with us, and we don't want someone's wallet like completely messing up the game. So that's the one thing we want to basically lay down is a hard rule. Once those dice are full, we can't give any more, no matter how much gets put in. Can't give any more. So we want to make sure you enjoy the show, and we actually get to enjoy the game so that you can enjoy that in proxy. So, with all of that, Thurston.
Yes.
I think it's time we finally play the game. And I stopped anything. Unless I forgot something. There's a lot of spiel at the start.
I think we're good to go. I think there's just a couple things I'm going to tack onto that. The first of which is we're running a role-playing game on a stream with a whole bunch of people in chat. One thing about ever running a role-playing game is we're going to get shit wrong occasionally. That's just going to happen. If you're someone who's familiar with Wrath and Glory, feel free to call us out. It's the only way we're going to get better. We'll probably just move on, but call us out. Don't, like, if we're doing something wrong, we want to make sure we got it right. So that's rule number 1. Other than that, we're going to kind of go through the system as we get to it. We'll give some kind of explanations as we hit some of the rules and give you an idea of how the core mechanics work for Wrath and Glory. It's a really simple but robust system, and if you saw our trailer from the TTS channel, you can tell we've been able to get some pretty goddamn hilarious lines from it. So,
and to answer that question in chat of where can we find the background of each of the characters, you get to find out as the show goes on. We like to build upon characters as we go. The various plot points, various background things might evolve as we go, and we highly encourage you to keep watching the show to see how the characters grow with you, along with everything else. But just for a short description of characters and stuff, at least I know for me, for Lorn, he's just a psyker who somehow survived Fenris and then got off onto a black ship and became a sanctioned psyker. You'll find more details as we go. So Thurston.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
Well, our adventure begins on board the sword-class frigate Debt Collector, as our party of intrepid heroes assembles for their next mission. Each of our players are members of the recently established Officio Ambassadorium, a group within the crusade they're a part of that travel to Imperial worlds to requisition soldiers and supplies for the wider crusade. As our adventure begins, our players are in the midst of receiving a hololithic transmission from their direct superior, Minister Materatum Katja Van Noord, and her vessel, the Magnum Aurum Victorium, as it's translating out of system. They're gonna switch over and give you some fancy art right here. Bam! To kind of get us going here. And so all of you are in the command deck of the debt collector in sort of a cradled area where you can have private hololithic conversations. In this case, Katja Van Noord is giving you your initial briefing. So this green light sprays out from a projector, and inside of which there's this hololithic representation of Katja Van Noord, and she provides you with a greeting. Greetings, adequate agents of the Crusade and passable members of the Officio Ambassadorium.
Passable?
Yes, passable. I bring tidings of your next mission in service to the glorious Imperium of mankind. You are to travel to the world of Fathom 4 and investigate the disappearance of a previously dispatched embassy. The failure and disappearance of this prior embassy has necessitated the Crusade's leadership to dispatch 2 other embassies, yourselves and one other, to investigate what has transpired on this world. You will travel to the planet's southern hemisphere, where you will make contact with the local leadership to learn what has occurred on this planet, and begin your work in extracting the requisite tithe, in this case, foodstuffs, and a regiment of at least 1,000 souls. Captain Zedek, your vessel will stay in orbit to provide necessary support. You and the rest of your embassy will take a shuttle down to the surface and meet with the largest settlement you can detect. Now, I expect that I will entertain any questions you may have about your mission, and stating that, I expect there will be some asinine comment from Lorn to kick things off.
Go fuck yourself.
No, fuck you.
Hey, you can't talk to him like that. What gives you the right?
You can't talk to me like that at all.
She fidgets with a diamond necklace that has her symbol of office now perfectly adhered to it, and she just takes her mechadendrite-like hands. Oh, I believe I can talk to you like this.
What do you mean? We got you that necklace!
Lorn,
So you did, and it's lovely.
What, Reeb?
I bid you for just a moment, Lorn, to remember that she can, unfortunately, tell us what we are doing. Though I do respect your spunk, in this particular occasion, could you please redirect it to something more pressing, like listening?
Oh, that's a good point. I'll try to listen.
Well, as I've said, I've given you the primary mission. Do you have any questions about what I've said so far? Anything you would like me to expand upon?
Braine raises his hand.
Yeah, Braine
Yes,
raises his hand.
servant of the machine god.
My name is Braine.
Yes, Braine.
Yes. I must ask, why are you sending other inferior ambassadorial agents? It's very clear that we are your most adequate and best passable agents. Why do we need more?
I prefer not to divulge information on the other units, but I will say that Fathom 4 is a large world, and you will need to discover what you can in the southern hemisphere, while the others work in the northern hemisphere.
Yes. But it is to be understood that the points awarded for our success will be pooled between the lot of us. Is that correct?
Ah, yes. You refer to your ambassadorial score as part of this mission.
I do.
Well, I can assure you that should you succeed in finding out what happened to the prior embassy, as well as achieving your objectives of acquiring necessary foodstuffs and your regiment of 1,000 souls for the Crusade, that you will receive points.
Points?
Yes.
More points, as usual.
Points.
Oh, excellent. I love points.
Isn't this exciting?
Yes, it is exciting. It makes sure we're better than that other team.
I know. How many points do the other teams have compared to us?
You will have to find that out after you complete this mission. This will be a defining start. All of the previous missions you have partaken in really have been wiped clean as test missions for this.
What?
Yes.
Oh. Well then.
So it was all for naught. Just for that diamond necklace.
Oh no, she's like handling this diamond necklace like, oh, it was not for naught.
Right.
Oh,
Zedek will raise his hand
see.
ever so slightly.
But I will assure you that should you increase your embassy's ambassadorial score, and more importantly, make the great missions prime diagram go up. She kind of looks wistfully off. Then you will be rewarded. But now is not the time to discuss the intricacies of our point system. You have a mission. Do you have any other questions about where you're going, what you will be expected to do?
Captain Zedek will raise his hand ever so slightly.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Moderatum, is there any information you can offer us on why why they've gone missing? Yet another group of Imperial ambassadors have gone missing.
All I know about the previous group that was sent is that it consisted of a varied group, much like yourselves. There was an engine seer of the Adeptus Mechanicus, an Imperial guardsman from the death world of Catachan, a rather boisterous preacher, and a talented chirurgeon.
What's a chirurgeon?
She looks at Reeb slightly, as though confused.
I look at Reeb as her hologram looks at Reeb.
So, Lorn, if you're not
Yes?
overly familiar with what a medic is, or indeed anyone who performs surgical
I haven't
acts...
heard that word. Normally we call those old men who put leaves on your legs.
Yes, but I don't do that, because, well, let's just say that putting leaves on people's legs is not a Imperial standard quality medical attempt. Mine is much better, I assure you, and so would chirurgeon.
Now, what I can tell you is that the other group was dispatched to the planet roughly a half-solar cycle ago, a Terran standard. They were supposed to check in after 30 days, but failed to do so. We are now sending you and the other team as follow-up to investigate.
Well, I can only speak to the incredible tragedy that they could not claim their points, and we will look forward to competing against the other teams with the utmost sportsmanship. Okay, so
I agree. Captain,
Yes,
and I assume you know the planet and everything we're going to, correct? How close
as
are we?
always. Well, I could tell you in just a moment. I would like to make a scholar check for that.
Yeah, totally. Give me a scholar check to see what you know about Fartham 4.
With pleasure.
Yeah.
So
a complication to start us off.
So you see, I was going to say it was going to be a complication no matter what, which is an excellent way to describe this. Someone already donated to make sure that was a complication no matter what. But the specification, as long as it is a non-already that we roll complication. So the next one we do, we're dead.
So to give our audience a quick explanation of how Wrath and Glory works is it is a dice pool based game. So essentially our players are rolling a bunch of d6s. And then they have to hit a score. And 4s and 5s mean they get a success. 6s mean they get 2 successes. 1 through 3 means nothing. One of the dice, this lovely little red one here, is called the Wrath dice. And you always roll the Wrath dice separately. On a 6, means really good, means they might get a critical in combat, means they might generate some glory for their party. Really awesome. In this case, that lovely chaos symbol there, that's a 1. That creates a complication. Now, complications don't mean the action fails. It just means that something not as expected happens out of this. So, with this complication, Captain Zedek, your information on Fartham 4 may be a bit out of date. So I'm going to give you 2 pieces of information based on your check. Okay. One of which is true and one of which is patently false.
Right. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, perfect. So the first piece of information that you know is that Fartham 4 has some kind of soporific hallucinogen in the atmosphere that distorts the perception and vision of those people who are on the planet.
Oh, is that all?
The other thing you know is that the planet has an overabundance of crops that are thought to be haunted in that they can grow on their own with basically no labor involved.
All right, so magic plants and crazy skies. All right.
Terrific.
There is no such thing as a magical plant, Captain Zedek. They are simply angry plants.
Do you know an angry plant? I don't think plants can be mad either.
The Forge World of Lemuria has long done away with piteous plants. Why would I know about them?
All right. You've had enough time to banter about this. I will allow you to go on your mission. However, there is one final request I have. And she leans in, like the hololith grows as her face just fills up most of it. I have a personal request. Something
It better not
that
be
would-
another fucking rock, I swear.
Something
Lorn?
that would award bonus points.
Bonus points! I
out my
immediately
sword.
get close.
Oh, here we go again with the bloody bonus points.
And then she kind of like pulls back, becomes way more formal. Yes. On a personal note, I've heard that Fathom 4's environment has made it somewhat known for its ability to generate fine cooks. My vessel is lacking in culinary skill, so the acquisition of a talented cook for our crusade, for my ship, will result in bonus points added to your ambassadorial score.
I like how we both cackle.
I would say, ma'am, you really wouldn't have to go terribly far. Pie, you have proven that you're a very capable cook, haven't you?
Yes. I'm excellent at the production of nutrient paste. My favorite flavor is nutrient paste flavor.
Precisely.
You eat?
Well, with that, I will leave you to your mission. The Emperor and then she pauses, and there's just this moment where you can see her head dip, her eyes drop down, and like the sigh comes through. No, there's one thing. She looks up. As we are communicating via hololith, I cannot provide the requisite big hug to your group. So instead, I give you my, kind of like grits her teeth, my best wishes in accomplishing your mission, knowing that in the future, when we meet in flesh, we will partake in the mandatory big hug ritual. And then the hololith cuts out.
What's this? What? Can I scholar check to figure out what the fuck the hug
Yeah,
is?
absolutely.
Excellent. I will now go full to my excellent skills of I put everything in the psychic stuff and
Yes.
rolled at 0.
Yeah, nice scholar
Oh,
check.
wow.
That's going to be a complication, technically.
That will, because of our lovely chat helping us out. So I'm going to give you one piece of true information and one piece of false information.
Okay.
So you would know that the big hug ritual is something that is part of all ambassadorial briefings, and is something that is mandated. However, what you also know is that mandate comes from the Codex Familiaris, which is sort of the textbook of the Officio Ambassadorium. Now, what you also know is that it's said that order came expressly from a Primarch. In this case, it came expressly from the Primarch Corvus Corax.
That's what I thought.
I believe it.
Also, speaker, fix your mic sensitivity. If you're doing push to talk, just adjust yourself there. You're cutting yourself off. But yes, I see that. I don't know who this person is, but I don't know why he would want to hug me or make hug protocols. But I'm creeped out. All right, let's continue on to the thing. Captain, are we on our way?
Suppose there's no time like the present. Let's get ready to find more terrible things.
Actually, I want to check up on the tribes down below the ship, and I go to a computer terminal, and I access it, and I see they're all saying Corvus hugs. Like they're chanting mad. I'm like, the tribes and the debt collector are must have got the word about the hugs.
Tell me, Captain.
Oh, joy, they're revolving.
I have a...
Again.
Captain,
You know, Yes, Reeb.
begging your pardon, but do you know anything about the climate of this planet? I understand that the worlds of the Imperium are varied, extremely varied. Please tell me we are going somewhere a bit more tropical. I really wish to have something a bit more close to home for me.
Well, it depends on your definition of a tropical paradise. I can tell you that it's possible the planet's atmosphere contains some kind of hallucinogenic agent that affects its denizens in ways unknown to me. But it is equally likely that that same atmosphere contains a exotic species of crop that grows on its own. And apparently they have good cooks too. So
you hear boots slam to attention at the door outside of the command nest chamber you're in, and you see your second in command sharply standing at attention. Captain Zedek, the shuttle is prepared.
Oh no, it's him again.
Hello!
What is the name of your screaming creature, Zedek?
My name is Lieutenant Reinut Ransom.
Oh, it's Ransom again, on the debt collector. Wonderful.
Are you here to yell at me again?
I'm not here to yell at anyone except for the captain, and I'm here to let the captain know that the Arvis is prepared to depart.
Oh, you can yell at him. I don't care about that. And I'm just gonna start, hobbling to the fucking lander.
thank you, Ransom. I, as always, appreciate your very...
And should you require it, he leans in. We can bombard any part of that planet you need.
Yes, I'm presciently aware that we can bomb the planet. That's, as always, our last resort. Though, Corporal Ransom, I do have one question. How is that new pilot trainee doing?
Oh, well, we have a new servitor installed in the shuttle. The pilot trainee is still not quite up to snuff, so instead you'll be using a servitor for this flight.
Oh, he's doing well, is he? He hasn't jettisoned himself out the airlock yet.
Not yet.
I mean, what
Capital!
What happened to that other one where we tore his spine out looking for batteries?
Yes, what
That one
happened
is
to that other
currently
one?
being repaired, so we have a new servitor that has been installed. You'll get to greet that servitor in just a few minutes when you go to the landing bay.
Oh, great. Braine, I do have one request, though. Please don't mess with this one this time. I can't hear you. I'm
down the hall. You're good. Bye. And I'm already heading there.
Yeah, okay. So is everyone basically just following now and heading towards the office?
I'm following Braine.
Let's go.
Reeb's following behind, trying to think of inoculations he can make for this atmosphere.
Bring a rebreather. That's
So-
all I'm going to say.
So because the debt collector is a bit of an older, slightly more run-down vessel, there doesn't have quite the best of things on it. For example, the only weapons that are really available on here are las guns and autoguns. And the shuttle bay is currently filled with nothing but Arvis lighters, which are like unarmed ferrying shuttles back and forth. The shuttle you're approaching, Captain Zedek, do you have a name for this particular shuttle that you're taking down to the surface?
Yes, this one actually it came with a shuttle. This one is called Punitive Damages.
Oh, punitive damages. Okay, excellent. I will mark that down. Yeah, and you approach it, and the back hatch of it is open. As you've kind of gone on these shuttles before, you know that they have sort of just this rear hatch that opens up and admits crew in, and everyone sort of sits in a back cargo area. As you come in, you can see that there is a servitor pilot who is half cradled into the pilot seat, clearly attached and not able to move out of it. Greetings.
Hi.
Hello again, Servitor. What is your designate?
My designation is Mystery Gamer 09.
What a peculiar name.
That's weird. Regardless, I get inside of the Arvis, strap myself in, and I hold on to like a safety railing, scared for my life.
Do you have any relation to Mystery Gamer 0X? He served
Let's not
as
make
the
this a
toilet
point.
inspector. Oh. Alright. I guess.
Please be seated. The automatic launch systems will be activating shortly.
Braine, this one's very slow. Can you modify him to hurry up?
Yes.
No.
What's the worst
No?
that could happen? And I'm going
Or
to-
say no?
Begging your pardon, Braine, I do need to point out the last time you attempted to modify the servitor, you got a very lovely encoded message from, I would presume to be your hubmate in that regard, the other tech priest that left you such a rather scathing message. I don't think you want that again,
uppity
do you?
tech priest thinks that she could look down at me for being a Skitari. Well, it's not like we listen to her anyway.
Well,
I'm
we
going
have
figure
to,
out-
unfortunately. We cannot turn off our ears.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm gonna start taking out my combi tool and fucking with the servitor.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So this sounds like some kind of tech check.
It does sound like a tech check. doesn't
It does sound like a complication. Yeah.
It does.
Oh, it does.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We are spared. We are spared on this one.
Yeah, okay, this is fair. So there's no complication. I was gonna say the difficulty number here was gonna be an easy 3. These aren't like high tech servitors. What exactly are you trying to change on this servitor?
I want to make this servitor seems kind of dull and very slow and plodding, so I'm going to turn up the speed and I'm going to give it access to alternative dialects from other worlds, perhaps to spice up its conversation and vocabulary.
Okay, yeah. Are we going to go launch real soon? Everyone sit down. We're going to go through the fight sequence.
God.
You made it move too fast, please.
Much better.
Having anticipated Braine.
I'm now
Messing
going to
with
go
another
through all
servitor.
the praise God moves of us to do 4 central list of things, so you gotta sit down.
Kevin
We're
said
gonna
it
get going
recorded
real fast
as he
as
says
everyone
he
says.
jerked
And
off.
like you can hear the engines start to build up as this shuttle is activating, and this thing is just like spewing out text.
Just like home.
And then like one of the Vox units on the sidewall crackles into life, and you can hear the voice of Lieutenant Ransom come through. We have detected a larger settlement in the southern hemisphere. We will provide you the coordinates so you know where to land. The servitor is processing them now, and we'll take you there.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go,
yeah,
forth.
okay.
Go.
Yeah, and with that, like, the servitor during all of this is still like, issue number 47, and just like has quickly escalated to a point of just incoherence as the shuttle makes its way towards the planet of Fartham 4, which you see is this almost idyllic, like green-blue world. Like a Terra from old days, untainted by any industry. And you find yourself flying through these beautiful, beautiful white puffy clouds as you enter into the atmosphere. During the landing process, are any of you doing anything, or are you just kind of all strapped in and just psyching yourselves up for whatever you're going to find?
I'm using my turns to be scared for my life.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
afraid
yeah,
of heights. Is it possible that while we're flying through the air, I can perhaps do some kind of check to see if there actually are hallucinogens in the air? Like, we obviously don't have any on board. Like, sample the air. It's like, do we have anything like that?
I'd say you'd have like some kind of detection tools that you might have brought with you, maybe like a small medical auspex or something like that.
I'll take that up to the cockpit and try to compare results to whatever I get off the auspex.
Yeah, and as you do, and you start kind of loading that, the servitor's head lifelessly turns to you, its mouth open. It doesn't look like its jaw moves. It just projects this to you as you're sitting in the cockpit.
I pat him softly on his dull gray forehead, and I turn his head facing back towards forward again.
Yeah, and you do that. What kind of check do you want to give me for this?
Would it be
I'll let you do Medicae or Tech. Your choice.
Medicae,
Dealer's
because
choice.
that's the big check I can do.
Yeah, do Medicae. Yeah, totally.
I slam my finger down on the Medicae button.
Yes. Ooh, absolutely.
Ooh, that's nice.
You do not detect any kind of foreign substances in the atmosphere that would be like immediately threatening. In fact, the atmosphere here is perfect.
Gentlemen, I don't believe there are hallucinogens in the air.
Oh,
This is garbage. I was looking for a good time. I crossed my arms, mad.
Do you
that's a
know?
good thing, too. Because we don't have any rebreathers on board.
Well, you don't. But do you know that for a fact? Or are you merely hallucinating it?
Well,
So, with that statement, we cut away from inside the Arvis lighter, and we cut to, much like the planet exterior shot, this idyllic scene. We have a blue sky with big puffy clouds in the air, a sun raining down. There's sort of hills off in the distance, and you can see these burrow-like wooden doors and paths that lead out of them. And in front of them, there are all sorts of fields that have been just perfectly well tended. And this, you can see figures moving about around this place. And they're very like small from where our camera is. Our camera's kind of focused above one of these fields. And then there is this grinding burn sound of as the Arvis descends on top of a like field of crops, burning it entirely and landing in the center of it, creating this just circle of destruction around as it then puts down its landing gears and the back door opens.
Oh, heavens.
that wasn't very
Smells
smooth.
like home.
I cannot smell anything anymore. Let's go!
I pat Servitor on the head and tell him he did a good job.
Good boy.
And so are you all just exiting
I feed the
Arvis?
servitor an oil can.
And like, yeah, you're putting it in its mouth, which is still like
Yeah,
just expelling words like, as you're now filling it with oil. Yeah. Absolutely. So you do that. Are the rest of you kind of getting ready just to exit through the back door?
I'm tying my
yeah.
I'm
shoes.
strapping from the cockpit. Getting out of there.
What's all this then? You just hear this voice shouting, "What's all this then?" And you see this figure approaching, probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 meters away, coming out of one of the wooden doors that's in the side of the hill. And she's got her arms, it's a human figure. She's got her arms like crossed, and she stops again like 30 meters away. And she's like, pauses and just looks in shock.
Hello! I wave.
That's just hi. just we have no idea what it is. And like, so I assume I look around on what we're looking at, and assuming that the scene that which we're now set on, is this like a pumpkin patch, or is it like what kind of thing we're looking at?
Yeah, so you're kind of right now, yeah, you're looking at some idyllic farmland here. We're not quite in another scene yet, but you're in like this kind of just idyllic farm. You're in the middle of a field that has just been burned. Probably like looking at the vegetables here, there was some corn and what looks to be like rows of onions. And as this like as this woman like just stares, you can see she reaches at her side and just pulls out this looks to be a potato and just starts eating it like crunch.
Oh.
Reeb. Reeb. I've never seen these types of creatures before, but I think you, a man of inquisitive adeptness, might want to go investigate that.
How do you want me to investigate that? I mean, we have determined that
Don't
she
say
is
hi
not...
to it.
Okay, very good. I will get right on that. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me, Pie.
Sure.
Pardon me, Pie. Pardon me.
I follow up with Reeb.
Okay, so to set the scene, like Reeb, you're going well in advance of the rest of the group, but the rest of the group kind of shuffling behind together towards this woman who's just exited this like door in the side of a hill, and Reeb, I want you to know that as you're approaching, you're noticing something, and like the whole scene, you're having one of those realization moments here, like as you're approaching. This woman's size is not what you would expect. She seems quite small, in fact.
Excuse me. So of my knowledge of the Imperium, do I have
Yes.
an old copy of White Dwarf in my inventory?
Would you like to spend a wrath point to narratively declare that you have an old copy of White Dwarf in your inventory?
I would like to cross-reference, looking for a certain word, a certain being that would be considered diminutive, perhaps squat, if you will. And also, please give me a notepad later so I can choke Alpha to death.
So you pull out this copy of White Dwarf, kind of flipping it, holding it like side by side with this woman on the page, and you're like, this isn't lining up, and you're going through you're kind of going through pages of this like White Dwarf trying to figure it, and it's like, Homo sapien rotundus. You're like, no, this doesn't quite match.
Not a frog,
but
not
then
a rat person. What is this?
You flip the page and you get to Homo sapien minimus and kind of like line it up, and you're like, oh yeah, this lines up real good.
Hey, Reeb, what is the official layman's term of that word?
Please align with me, Thurston. Is this a ratling or is this a squat?
It is a rattling.
I hate to break it to you, but we are not dealing with the now defunct and permanently annihilated race of beings known as the squats, as I had once presumed, but in fact, our diminutive friends, the ratlings. Hello, ma'am. That is quite a nice-looking root vegetable you're taking. Please, allow me to take a look at that. And we'll just get quieter as I get much... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and you...
Hey, is this supposed to look like this?
Oh dear.
Yes. Yes. This is our background.
Why is the sun a rattling?
Excellent. So you approach her as she's like holding onto this potato, and like she's just in shock. In fact, Reeb, you're closest. Can you give me an insight check?
All right. Let me find that button to check. Yep. I will press the button.
Yeah.
You got it. There it goes.
Yeah, awesome. You're able to tell that this woman is in just complete awe. You've heard of this type of effect. Like, this would be the type of effect that humans would have when they might see a member of the Adeptus Astartes. This is like pure existential dread awe as she's looking up at all of you, getting closer and bigger, and she's just in total shock. And snacking on the potato, like, slowly now, but still snacking on the potato.
Reeb's probably thinking to himself, oh, is it my eyebrows? Most people seem to be afraid of that. Is that a problem? Should I shave them?
Now it's a great look. Braine calls from the back, far away from this small creature.
Reeb knows how to talk to short people, so he's not going to squat down.
Okay.
So, I'm going to just start off with, "Hello, ma'am. We're terribly sorry about your field. Our driver did a great job, but could not avoid causing some minor damage. Are you... where have we landed in reference to, Captain?"
Yeah. And she's stammering a bit as you turn to Zedek. Zedek, you never got a name for this place, just that it was, Auspec's sweep of the planet revealed that there was, like, a high density of life forms in this southern area.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't really have a name for what we're looking for. Ma'am, as I start to trot down the path.
You're all divinely tall beings.
Are we?
I'm tall on my father's side, but...
Are you here to speak with the mayor?
The mayor? I come up and everything like that. Yes, we would like to speak with your political representative, if you don't mind.
Just go that way. And she sort of points down this, again, super idyllic, like there's birds flying overhead. pathway that leads through what you can now tell are a bunch of rattling burrow homes towards this like larger settlement in the distance that's just like more burrows stacked up on each other on rolling hills. That's Happy Feastings. That's the big town round these parts.
Happy Feastings. Right.
Sounds good. Pardon me, Thurston, can I please do him? Like, how old is this small ratling? I have the book. Can I, like, do a Medicaid check to find out if this is, like, this is an old crone, or this is, like, a small lady, or what is this?
You can, okay, give me a Medicaid check, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And I need to figure out, because we need a fucking guide. What the fuck? Why are we... Ratlings! Alpha Busa! Destroy!
Yeah, okay. You know what? That's enough. You can tell that this is a woman who's probably in her like late 40s, early 50s, but has just worked. Has worked on the farm, but not hard. Like, this isn't someone who's like worked a hard life. It's more that they've been outside in the sun and kind of pruned and withered, but like this person has like doesn't lift things. They don't do much work.
Right.
They just exist.
Well, not doing much work means that they are the perfect guide for us. I'm not about to take someone who just got
Are you
off the
going to
field.
try to, like, converse with this person and convince them to, like, take you to Happy Feastings?
It would be better if we brought someone who is of this place, because I believe we've had issue in the past where it's like, yeah, please, just show up with your magnificent weirdness, the 4 weirdos that you are, just show up out of nowhere.
I will happily talk with her and convince her to take us there.
All right.
Yes.
And she's still, like lowered her head down, like, not staring directly at you, kind of in reverence.
Hello. You don't have to not look at us. I don't think I'm that ugly. But would you be so kind as to take us?
You're divinely tall ones, you are. Divinely tall.
Right.
Divinely, she said.
And because we're divinely tall, we obviously are here for some divine purpose. Would that not make sense?
Yes, yeah, of course it does. But I'm not one to talk, Siam. You know, you want to talk to the mayor.
Exactly. You are quite smart. Would you be so kind? Would you do us the honor of guiding us to your mayor?
Nods. Yeah. Well, I could maybe. Okay, what kind of skill? Like, are you looking at persuasion here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check. Totally. Let's see if you can convince this person whose name you really haven't got yet to just be your guide. Oh yeah. A 3. Yeah. Absolutely. You can sort of convince this lady. She's like, yes, I can take you. Just follow me. And she sort of starts taking the lead down the path and moving towards the settlement.
Is it like horrendously slow and it takes forever for her to go, or having to like?
Oh yeah.
Like what tall people do at cons and have to shuffle forward because no one knows how to walk.
Correct. And like as this is going on, there's copyrighted music from a certain movie playing as like all of these like small diminutive folk peer out from their burrow homes. Some are looking through windows. Everyone is just in kind of shocked awe at like the 4 of you walking behind this lady, and eventually like you find that you're getting into the settlement that is Happy Feastings, which is just a really big hill that has lines of these burrow homes on it.
Thurston, I want to point out if a small hobbit by the name of Frilbro Browbins comes out and screams Grandolph and goes to hug Lorn, I'm going to sue you.
I immediately pat it away. Like, no, get off of me! Get off of me! I hit it with my stick.
I'm just looking around and I look at Zedek. Captain Zedek!
Yes, Braine.
Your family has traveled throughout the galaxy for generations and observed the worst and most glorious the universe has to offer. Am I not incorrect?
Well, my father had, but he did not prepare me for this wonderful place.
And you're carrying on. You're carrying on through this, and as you're carrying on, you're sort of going up these winding paths that lead up the hill at like slight angles. You can tell that the architecture here is just made for the barest amount of effort. Like, the reason it's taking so long to get anywhere is because these roads are, like, made at the very slightest of inclines, not to cause any physical discomfort. And so you could, like, you clearly could save a bunch of time just by, like, walking, you know, vertically versus the horizontal crisscross paths you're taking. But this woman, she's leading you through this pathway really slowly and ploddingly. And all the time she's just reaching in and pulling out like a potato and just eating it. Like raw potatoes, just shoving them in her mouth.
As Braine sees this, like his eyes, like his visor eyes just tighten out. There's like this whirring of like audible processing. He reaches out a hand, a metallic hand that curls around Zedek's shoulder in clear consternation as he evaluates the settlement. Captain Zedek, there is no grid. These city streets are insane. There's strange circles that lead and roundabouts. There's not a single smokestack.
There's not a single 90-degree angle. What is this for?
Exactly.
It's remarkably idyllic
Peaceful,
for an Imperial
it's green,
world.
and I don't like it.
Me neither. Oh, we are in agreement.
And at that,
For once.
there is just this immense belch that echoes over the entire side of the hill that you've now, like, over the course of maybe 2 hours, reached the top of. And you see this immaculate hillside borough home with this lovely, like, blue-painted wooden door. And out in front is what looks to be almost like a stand you would see in, like, a bazaar, which has this sort of sloped roof that's just cloth, and then a table which is filled with breadstuffs and like pieces of like cooked meat that are stacked. And the belch you just heard emits from this blue garbed Homo sapiens minimus that sits behind the table, reaching over and grabbing a full baguette and like crunching half of it into his mouth with this like
By the Emperor.
and like and the lady who's like led you here, whose name you still haven't got yet, she sort of like bows once again and moves to the side and waves her hands over, and she's like, this is the mayor. It's Mayor Hogpin.
You're responsible for this! And I'm pointing at him. You made this place!
This lovely, lovely place, Mayor Hogpin.
Why?
I got the Reeb. And
Oi there, it's a pleasure. And like this rotund fellow hops down, like grabbing a spare baguette in his other hand while he's finishing the first one. You from the capital, are you? Crunch, crunch, crunch.
A bit more distant from the capital, but yes, we are. It's
and
I
he, like-
extend my hand to him, and I
Yeah, he finishes scarfing down the first baguette and then reaches out this crumb-stained hand up towards you. I didn't think we'd get any of the big ones here. Just in the capital, they said. And he sort of, like, takes this moment after shaking your hand to, like, wipe the crumbs off of his, like, stained and dirtied blue shirt.
Zedek, don't touch that hand. I don't know if this game has like disease checks
too
and
late,
stuff,
it's
but
too
I need
late,
you to
it's
not.
too late.
Don't touch the Doritos. It's not worth it.
That's actually the point of us coming here, Mayor Hogpin. We were looking for more of the tall folk, as you called it, who may have gone missing. I'm audibly choking back revulsion in my voice because my hand just feels so gross. That.
Well, I can tell you, Shaken, the tall ones came here a few months back. Said they're in the capital now, and they's be living gods sent from the Emperor himself to watch over for them, for they was.
What is it saying?
Captain, you look remarkably ill. Is something plaguing you? Do you need a moment?
I very slowly turn around to Reeb, and I just kind of extend my hand in his direction. Just wiggle my fingers at him, and I turn back around.
Is it like
I approach.
is it like a fountain of flakes come off?
I approach.
There's
like
an actual
motion.
particle effect attached to my hand as it moves.
I'm approaching with a wet wipe. I'm approaching with a wet wipe.
This is an otherworldly amount of dirty.
But it seems that we've the people we've come here to save, or we should have asked her this. Do we have descriptions of the people we're trying to find?
Like you got the basic description that like one was this like ripped guardsman, one was a servant of the Omnisci as an engine seer. You got like more classifications, but also you would know that there won't be many people above like 2 to 3 feet tall on this planet.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that everything else is well. That it appears that they have not actually gone missing. I believe they or something of the sort. Tell me, do you know where they might be?
Well, they might be in the capital. And he's like finishing now. You realize is like finishing up the second baguette. And this like just this sheen of sweat is growing on his forehead, and he's wiping it off, and like it actually flies off the back of his hand onto the ground, and he turns and just starts kind of doing this duck waddle walk back towards his food stand where he grabs some of those meat chunks. I mean,
I cannot do this! I'm running up to him. I'm grabbing him by his horrible bloated throat.
Braine.
And I'm lifting him against the wall with my power sword.
Yes.
You're gonna have to make a strength check for that. Do you think he might be quite
Do I
heavy?
have to make a check, my dear friend?
Yeah. Give me an intimidation.
Wait, does he have to make a strength check to lift?
Yeah, about to say.
No, he does not.
I'm gonna blow, it with the permission of the party, 2 glory on this.
We have 3 glory right now,
no.
so feel free to spend it all.
Excellent. I'll drop the 3 glory then.
So remember,
Hey.
you can actually roll it and then apply the glory after too. So just so you know, but you can obviously apply it all. So yeah, roll the check, and if you
Okay, yeah,
apply
I'll just
glory,
apply, 2 for right now.
cool. So 2 extra dice.
God.
Whenever it feels like loading.
Oh, there we go.
God!
Oh, look.
Yeah,
A complication.
a complication.
Blew it.
All right.
no.
All right. I'm.
How you gotta complicate this one? Can it be to the point where he's lifting him, there been a nut or something loose in his arm, and the colossal weight of this rattling? He goes, "Oh God! Oh, my left arm!"
No,
and
knowing
it just
Arlick,
starts
he's gonna give the
disintegrating.
poor fucker a heart attack.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's so many options here. He
that
could
or-
soil
that-
himself. He could. Like,
That or the mayor just passes out.
You know what? All right. You are going to lift him up and let's see what's a good. Roll me a d6 actually.
Hell yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to.
roll me a d6.
I'd love
Let's
nothing more.
What we got there? We got a 5. Okay. Okay, absolutely. Yeah. You lift him up, but as was stated, you weren't expecting quite this much bulk, and in your rage, you're not you're not like quite. You're not quite able to angle your lift, so you go to lift, and then this sudden, like, unexpected weight, and you try to, like, pivot one way, but you pivot the other way, and instead of, like, pushing him up against the wall, which was probably your intent, you actually just drop him on the table of food that causes it to break, and is now, like, surrounded by baguettes and, like, a pile of meat chunks, and he's kind of sobbing and reaches over and is, like, stuffing some of this food that is on the ground into his face as he says,
I'm stomping on his hand. No, you are not. And I got my sword pointed at her. And I, listen here, you 16-piece chicken McNobody. I don't care about your turkey basting gluttony. I want to know where that goddamn tech priest has gone. And you're going to tell me, or by the motive force, I'll have you and your entire honest community of Luddite electrolysts purged from memory.
and like, yeah, he's like spewing food out of his mouth as you the capital.
Can I roll to vibe check the hell out of Braine?
Capital.
I want to vibe check
Can everyone who
Braine.
is not Pie Brain give me actually no, one sec. I have to roll a check here.
Oh no.
Which I think is like an immediate complication for me, right? Yeah. I think my first check is.
Yeah, you
what
got a complication.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna see if
Chat
it
cursed you.
succeeds. That's fair. I'm just rolling these dice. Okay, so I would get one success. Okay, so as this is all going on, like those of you who are not Pie Brain and involved in this sort of turn around and see this absolutely like diminutive form. We're talking like smaller than Hugpin, smaller than Prudence. This younger ratling who's standing there, just mouth completely agape at what they're seeing, and like clearly breathing like heavily, having just exerted themselves.
Oh, hi. And I wave like nothing's going on.
I assume a crowd has formed at this point. Going, what are you
Like
doing to our mayor?
they're starting to, but like the child is here first, and like the farmer lady who is here is kind of like backed off and is sobbing against the side of the burrow home, and Mayor Hugpin's like sobs are just echoing down the mountainside now, like, as occasionally it's broken up by him still trying to like reach out with his still good hand to grab more food, and like yeah, this child just looks, he's like, Are you divine ones?
Yeah, look, Captain Zedek.
Yes, this is merely a game that we play in the Officio Ambassadorium. This is just a greeting we do to test people's mettle. Persuasion check, please.
Sure. Sure.
Now I'm panicking.
I was waiting for it to be a complication. I was going to be so happy.
It's just as bad.
He's just kind of, and like looking at Mayor Hopkins, looking up at all of you, looking.
Is there a way in which I can assist him with
You
my
could-
0 persuasion?
Do you like you could roll your one fellowship dice if you want.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
my one thing. I come in and be like, listen here, nerds. I crit both. Listen here, you small truck bits. We're here to find your divine ones, and I demand you bring them to us.
They're in the capital.
Where in the capital?
Just they're in the capital, in the equator. But that's not why I'm here. We need help.
Help with
you
what?
need help with?
Can I go pull Braine off the mayor, please?
Yeah. Like we
Reeb,
need help,
please.
and that's Reeb's just like
You
thing
two
to
have
like.
just ignored Braine manhandling the mayor this whole time. You're just like, well, I guess we need to threaten this small child. Reeb's over here like, this is no one paying attention to Braine. Braine is about to. He looks like he's about to strangulate him.
Braine at this point has forgotten that he was beating up the mayor, and has just kind of been distracted by Lorn.
I yank him directly in the direction of the rest of us, so he is away
Yeah,
from
and
the mayor.
like the mayor is still using his one good arm, still sobbing, picking up the food off the floor and like shoving it in his face. But the child, as you're like pulled over, like looks up at Lorn, like seeing some kind of compassionate soul, and just there's a joins are transpiring at the Grumble Tum Tum farm.
The fucking what?
This hurts me.
My instinct tells me to harm the child, but in my heart of hearts, I know I should not do that.
DM, should I take 1 point of shock for that?
I come down to the one who dared speak those fucking words at me. I kneel down because I don't care about the respect of these things, and I look at him deep in my eyes. My eyes are glowing with psychic energy, and I go, "The fuck did you just say?"
God damn it! To Grumble Tum Tum farm.
The fucking grumble, fucking Tum Farm.
Captain Zedek
What?
would like to lean in and put a gentle.
I put a hand
but
back to
firm
Zedek.
hand on
No,
his
you
shoulder.
just fucking wait. I got a moment here.
No, you didn't.
I know you
So
have
you-
a moment. That's what worries me.
And he's kind of getting a bit like a bit like worried. He's like, to Grumble Tum Tum farm, Uncle Hedge is going to be having his barbecue.
Fucking what?
I'm going to intercede. I need to. Please let me straighten him up so he can talk to this small child respectfully.
And like you just hear the mayor again, Hogpin, who's like still weeping in the corner. He's like, oh no, Hedge, he's the best barbecue chef in the Southern Hemisphere. He is.
I don't care about the bar. Wait.
Lorn!
Lord.
Points.
Chef!
Points. I look back at him. I
Yes,
grab him by the
points.
shoulder.
It's
You
points.
tell me where this cook is right now. I want my points.
Lord, stop shaking the child.
You stop
Lorn,
it.
speak
I will
with the
shake
lad
the
with some
baby.
respect.
I
Stand
violently
up
shake
straight.
the rattling baby.
I wish to straighten Lorn.
Uncle Hedge is at the Grumble Tum Tum farm. There's a problem. They shot a Geraldine. A Geraldine was coming.
I during this moment, I want to spin a wrath because I'm an old man. I'll break my arms to influence the story to where I'm shaking this rattling thing and I'm bringing it up, going like, "Point me to the direction of where this thing is. I need a cook to win." and I'm lifting this heavy child thing up. So you tell me where it is now.
Yeah. So I think like and any of you can step in and stop this from being the narrative direction we're going. But I'm just going to say, by spending that wrath point, what you're going to do is you're effectively going to use this child like an object, like holding him up with your strength of 1, but still like divinely inspired because you spent that wrath point to essentially like hold the child up in front of you and use him as your like guide.
Actually, I'm
towards your
holding him
destination.
forward, going, "You keep pointing where we're going." I
Yeah.
begin to walk.
Absolutely. So, you see that this child is like just pointing, and you start making your way. Are the rest of you going to follow Lorn and the child compass?
Kind of have to. Zoran has blown a full wrath on this. Zoran and Braine combined have caused more havoc in 5 seconds than in any of the previous games we have attempted here. I kind of have to go with it.
Oh, it's lovely.
And like as Reeb is having this like just like mental moment of standing there as the other 3 are all running off. They're like the sobbing mayors. They're like, would you like a baguette?
Can I medicate a fix is broken? You're away from here.
Wait. Is this the child offering?
No.
The mayor's-
This is Reeb alone with the mayor.
Okay, my bad.
The mayor's
Oh,
like
I'm sorry, I'm
sobbing. Yeah, and as the mayor's sobbing, he's just like, "Would you like a baguette?"
I would like to go back over to the mayor as well, because I'm gobsmacked.
I'm kind of Reeb is like smiling, but he's wiping his hand down his face. I would love that. May I please take a look at your hand? I wish to fix the mayor's hand.
Oh yeah, give me a Medicaid check on that.
Please don't complicate.
Please complicate this. Please complicate this. Please complicate this.
I like how we're praying for.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Fortunately
No,
not.
you have all of the necessary medicinals just to make it work. And it's just like in again complete.
I undislocate his shoulder.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, and he sort of like falls onto his butt and is like in a pile of his own like food filth that he's still snacking from. And as like eventually you two like make the way to follow Braine and Lorn, who are rushing off into the like idyllic, noon sun.
The meadows.
The other like ratlings are all just like staring at you in awe, Reeb, like you've performed some kind of divine miracle.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just undislocated his elbow. It's fine. I'm not God.
You know, now that the crowd has gathered.
It's a healer.
Oh. Well, I seem to be gathering a little bit of a following. I'm going to look carefully over my shoulder at the ratlings and then back to
Are
Captain
they all
Zedek.
like in a circle going?
It's more like they've kind of like formed like a procession down the road. So
Like they're all together like healer, healer, and they're all just chanting and pointing, going heal.
yeah, and like as you're trying to follow up, like after your running compatriots, like eventually one of these like ratlings rushes out, like, I got this bad wart on my back, and I just
wart?
can't.
Reeb claps his
Could you
hands
heal
together.
it?
Reeb is clapping his hands together, like, as I just did. Captain, good luck with the barbecue. I have some talent to show these people. Give me a moment, please.
Oh god.
What would you say the wart? Is the wart sebaceous or has it expired yet? Has it burst open? Please, take me into your hovel right now. I begin brandishing my surgical tools.
Excellent.
Are you like
Excellent.
Edward Scissorhands at this point? Just shing! There's like fans of cutting knives and syringes.
Hey, this is as close as I'm going to get to doing any sort of medicinal work on these non-human beings. So, yeah.
Abhuman.
Excuse me,
I
I'm
come
sorry.
back with my rattling compass so not to split the party, and I'm just standing there in front of the hovel awkwardly, and I assume the child's just kind of calmed down, just waiting. But any struggle
glowing.
from it, I kind of shake a little bit, going, "There's no escape." You'll
He's glowing
stay
like
here.
a golden compass.
We should go to the Grumble Tum Tum Farm.
If you fucking say those words again, I will make sure your legs don't work anymore, child. Do you understand me?
Lorn, please stop threatening the child with dismemberment and break.
This child
and
is
leg
threatening
breaking. I
my
don't
fucking
like that.
shock values on my character sheet. I will not allow this to go further down.
Lorn, your will
Yes.
is that which can move mountains and mount movements. But this is a child. Do you know what that means? It's stupid. And it means that it could learn. Child, it is no longer the grumbly dumbly gumbly farm. It is now Meat Place Alpha. You will henceforth refer to it as Meat Place Alpha. If you do this. And I grab him by his, like, face, like, squeezing his cheeks and his chin. I think this is really calming. It's probably not. You will be like me.
Could you like when you get real close? Is your eye like super?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the shutters are super wide and
Yeah.
super bright.
Yeah. Okay. Reeb, can you give me a can you give me one more Medicaid check to represent your saintly healing? On
I
these
eviscerate the shit out of that wart.
Oh yeah, you do, and you perform all of these minor miracles, being stopped essentially every 10 minutes along the downward path, with Lorn still holding on to this child, basically you're not going anywhere, you're our compass now, and yeah, so after a while you manage to get the utter adoration and attention of people, and with that you finally manage to kind of undo some of the negative will that might have been done by others in your companionship. And
No.
yeah,
I spin a rat. There's no negative to it.
Can I?
and then you eventually, having done that, can make your way to the Grumble Tum Tum farm.
Son of a bitch.
Excuse
With
me.
the child.
It's not called that.
I was simply narrating as the game master. I was not playing as the child in that. I was simply
Oh no, I was
elucidating
referring to
the
you
scene.
as the game master.
excellent.
Yeah, we're referring to you. The fix your shit.
Gentlemen, I understand that we are doing things on a very strict time scale. Please, if you would, please look at the Discord.
Yeah. And so you make your way towards the farm, and it's about a half hour away from Happy Feastings once you've made your roughly 2-hour descent from the winding streets and performing Reeb's miracles throughout the town. The farm lot itself is a group of structures that are just assembled together. It looks like 3 buildings that are sort of placed right around each other with some slightly raised small stone walls, which to you could easily step over, and then some farming fields all around. As you start approaching, though, there's a smell on the air of just cooked meat, and you can see this small waft of fog coming from the center of the outcropping of buildings.
Finally, civilization. How much longer till Meat Place Alpha, child?
Where's real close? Look, Uncle Hedgehead started the barbecue.
Oh, good. Uncle Hedgehead is doing a barbecue.
That giant head better not be Uncle Hedgehead, or I'm gonna shit.
I come to Reeb and look, Reeb, we get to get our bonus points.
You could
Once we
have done
find
it.
this barbecue chef and see and taste the quality of his food, we'll get bonus points and we'll be winners.
I sincerely look forward to it, but I believe you could have done it with a little bit less trauma, Lorn.
Oh, we're not going to be. They're not going to remember us. It's not going to make monuments or tapestries of this horde of events. And I continue with
Don't
my...
jinx
From
it.
experience, I think this child will remember Lorn. I'm pretty sure he will.
Don't
I
jinx it.
stop and I look at Captain Zedek and say, at what point do you think this child will remember? Well, just mind wipe it, and I continue on.
I turn to Reeb and I look at him with incredulity and say, in a matter of less than an hour, we have gone from dignitaries to terrorists to possibly both. I'm
You're welcome.
terrified for the outcome of this, Uncle Hedge.
Well, as long as we don't kill him, we should be good.
So you finally reach the farm location, and there's various ratlings who pretty much are lazing about. 2 of them are just sort of leaning on the stone wall that allows entry towards the 3 central structures. Several more are milling about in the center, almost not quite a courtyard, but just the central space between the 3 buildings. There's this immense stone barbecue that has been set up here, that behind which is a character who looks up as you cross through the fence, and the small rattling compass child that Lorn is carrying points is look, it's Uncle Hedge. And we'll just share some art with our players here.
Oh boy,
Let's see.
I'm excited.
We'll say Garrett drew this one. He did an awesome job.
Yes.
I love Garrett.
Garrett's great.
Yeah, and so he just kind of looks up, well, just snacking on some sausages that he's just plucking off of the grill with super calloused like hands, like just grabs it off and bites in, juices going down his mouth, looks up, cocks his head to the side.
You are Uncle Hedge, right?
That's right. I'm Uncle Hedge.
Oh no, it can't
pleasure
speak
to
right.
meet
Reeb, it can't speak correctly. I don't need this
Big
anymore.
ones.
It's
Hey,
like-
just drop the child.
No. The child cannot remember. I need to fix this problem later. So we'll continue for now.
Okay, so wait. To clarify, are you still holding on to the child?
I put the child down and I look at the child and I go, stay near me for now.
The child nods.
I will advance to Uncle Hedge and attempt to cure his lumbago, I guess.
Yeah, you start like walking forward, and he's just grabbing more sausages off of the grill straight, while also throwing more meat on. You can also see that there's just like ratlings mulling about here that are clearly just walking up and taking stuff off of the grill and just eating it. And yeah, Hedge just looks up with his like little chef's hat and his kiss the cook stained schmuck. Are you here to help with the Geraldine problem?
Yes, what manner of affliction is this Geraldine? Is it anywhere in your temples? Is it in your hands, your thumbs, your feet, your toes, your kidneys? Especially your kidneys. Any sort of Geraldine in your kidneys could be quite bad.
No. It's a Geraldine. We saw one on your property earlier.
What?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Begging your pardon, small cook, what is a Geraldine? Since it does not appear to be a disease.
It's a people eater.
Well then.
You got
Captain?
any people around here?
And like as you're having this discussion, you just hear like south just this shout out from one of the from one of the ratlings that was stationed near the entrance, and you just hear this. Oh no! Geraldines and Geraldinelets!
I'm gonna
Fine.
look at whatever this man is screaming about.
And you see one of the ratlings pointing over the fence, across the fence that's like across the street. And that's when you see this immense creature that bursts out of the ground like a burrowing animal. And you see it here. We'll just share it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And it bursts out with these like horns and like tusks and then horns under its ears, and then these smaller ones burst out alongside it, these maybe like the size of the ratlings. Well, this one is immense. This one's like someone took maybe an ogre and a half and put it down forward, and this furred monstrosity lets out this as it pops out of the ground. And we're gonna quickly change up the map here.
Hey, Thurston, real quick, can I spend another wrath to consult our ever useful White Dwarf handbook?
You absolutely can spend a wrath point to consult the White Dwarf.
Okay, I would like to do so because I would like to see if this is somewhere in there as well.
Is the White Dwarf magazine going to be our 40K guide to the galaxy?
It's Reeb's Guide to the Galaxy, thank you very much. He got it for free from the Inquisitor he's working under.
Yeah.
She bought it for him.
Yeah, you spend you like flip through the pages of White Dwarf to try to determine what a Geraldine is, and the Geraldine must be some kind of like horrible apocrypha fan fiction thing, because it has not appeared in the annals of White Dwarf.
Seems to be like a HUD, but not quite. Oh well, lads, arms up.
Now, quick heads up, many of you might be tabletop role-playing fans, how combat works in Wrath and Glory is pretty freeform in that always starts with the players, and the players get to pick who they want to go first. And then it's kind of a back and forth between the players and the GM on what activates. So as we start this encounter, there isn't really like a surprise moment because everyone was kind of alerted. I'm going to pass it over to our players to decide who they want to activate first.
Okay, so I did have a question. Does anyone intend on, like, rushing into melee with these guys? Because I feel like we have a little bit to shoot at them. All right.
I look at him like, no. I will die as soon as wind touches me. So it's so this is what I propose. I propose Reeb go first to walk up and shoot. Then I can go next and do some psychic powers. And then Braine can move can move up because by that point they probably already advanced, so you can try to get a quick kill in. And then Zedek's last to finish people off.
Oh, that's actually very true. Okay, yeah, I think that's valid. So let us kill. I mean,
everyone good for that?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Excellent. All right. So Reeb,
Yes.
your go,
Yeah.
man.
Take us away.
Great. So my speed is 6. It's a full to move. Let's see how many squares.
All the way in that
All
direction.
the way there. Oh.
There. Can I
You
move
can
past
totally
him?
move there and get behind cover.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, cover from their deadly ranged attacks.
Hey.
You never know.
And I don't think I can hit with them in that range. No, I cannot. It's a little far. Yeah, so
You can
I
always
think,
try.
it's kind of within range. I'll go for it.
So what are you going with?
Oh, of course, I'm going to pull out my flamer, and I'm going to attempt to assist the barbecue man in making barbecue, except it'll be very fast and very burnt.
Yeah. So flame weapons are they've got some unique rules in this game, which we're using a variant of just to make sure that they work for this. So you can hit a number of targets up to your ballistic skill, which is what currently?
My ballistic skill is 3.
Okay, so you can nominate any 3 of these creatures because they're all within the 12-inch max range of your weapon.
I will activate these 3 as fire candidates.
Perfect, and then you just make an attack roll, and we see what happens versus their defense.
All right, no bonus, no penalty.
No bonus, no penalty because they're all in medium range for you.
Yes, and they're all standing still. Perfect. They want to eat. They want to become barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
As soon as it'll load. Christ on a bite.
And it's a complication.
It's a success,
So
but a complication.
You're gonna hit them, but in hitting them, you're also gonna have a complication.
Oh no! I hit the fuel tank. Oh shit!
Yeah. So let's find out what happens here with the complication first of all, because could you roll me 2d6?
Boy, oh boy.
Reeb.
All right. No, not 1d6.
Put up the old
2d6.
complication chart, because in combat
Slap.
you use special
I
complication.
rolled minimum and maximum.
Okay, perfect. So that would come out as a 16, which a 16 on the combat complications is you run out of ammo.
Spectacular.
So you just let the entire tank rip on these creatures, and it just like blasts out flame. So you can your damage on this is going to be 10 plus 1. So you can give me a damage roll.
Dice bonus.
No
die
dice
or
bonus.
bonus
No
damage?
dice bonus on this.
Oh,
But bonus damage.
we do have 6 glory to spend if you want to spend
That's
that
true.
all that glory on it.
Oh wow,
Oh.
we have 6 glory.
Hey, because I want to make. I want to make
it
it.
some.
Listen, you dumped my fuel tank, so I'll tell you what. I will dump the wrath pool.
Or the glory.
The glory.
Yeah, glory
excuse me.
pool.
Okay, cool. How many glory are you going to put into this?
Give me 4.
I'm fine with
Sweet.
it. 4
So,
it is.
yeah, throw 4 bonus dice on this.
4 BD.
Bonus dice.
4, and I get 1 bonus damage mod for the.
No
bonus. Okay, good.
No bonus damage mod.
I pressed the boot. Terrific.
So all of those bonus dice do nothing, but you do 11 damage.
It doesn't look like it even rolled them.
It's true. But your damage is pretty reasonable. You end up torching the 2 in front immediately. Just gone. With that being said, however, the other one, I am going to spend one of my rune points. If you could please mark me down a rune point. I'm going to spend it to have the Geraldine make what's called a determination check. So the Geraldine was going to take 3 wounds from that, I should say. I'm going to roll determination, which is a thing I can roll that essentially lets me stop that. Or reduce it, I should say. And Geraldine reduces that by 2, so it takes 2 shock and only 1. Cool. And I believe is also on fire. So that's a thing, which I'll mark off here. Because, making me on fire is kind of jerkish. But I'll take it.
Posted.
Cool. Yeah. So the first 2, you just go up behind there. You unload with your flamer. It clicks empty as you just burst through the tank. The first 2 let out this screech, this meh. Now I'm gonna give a bit behind the scenes. Now you can tell that the death of these smaller ones triggers some kind of effect on the big creature. And this is a special rule that I have for the Geraldine called "Oh no, my babies." And you can tell that the Geraldine is none too happy that 2 of its offspring have been torched in front of it.
Hi.
And with that...
Did you drink my promethium again?
I only had a little.
Why did I expend my entire tank in one go? This is your fault again. It's all right. We'll talk later.
So I'm going to activate here because
because and so for people to know, for the initiative, is basically we go and then enemy, we go then enemy, and also just sort of preface things for people who are still donating to people to wrath points and stuff when they already at full. Once they're capped, we can't give them anymore. So I'll just take someone who donated, give it over to Reeb. So Reeb, you have 1 wrath point now.
Yay! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate with the Geraldine lit here, and that little buddy's going to move and go.
Does he make noises as he comes? Like, nah.
So he sort of scampers on all 4 and goes and gets to the center of the street and looks up at Reeb, and as though punishing Reeb for prior statements, Reeb recks back his head and then goes forward, and this just spew of green acidic substance flies out.
I am in cover. Haha.
You are in cover. And I roll a 0 to hit you. So this acid just hits the wall and splatters and goes. Passing it back to the players.
Actually, so it's my turn now, and you know what happened? Apparently the warp itself is against me, so no matter what I do, I'm going to have to roll perils of the warp, because it's going to be a complication.
Yes, good.
So I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to trust in my compatriots to defend me. I'm going to look at... you know what, Braine, I'm going to trust that you could take care of the big one. Good, so I'm going to be here in case I need to be in cover for things. I'm going to look at the little one, and I'm going to use a psychic power called Crash.
Crunch.
Okay.
And so basically,
Nice.
so everyone knows.
Which one are you
so
using? You're using this on the little one?
On the little one.
Yeah,
So
okay.
basically, it's probably going to kill immediately, but... they donated it to complications, so Thurston, could you roll the perils of the warp for me?
I like that why are you making me roll it? Why aren't you rolling it? I want you to be the one.
Sorry,
yeah.
I do need it. So it's 2d6, so
2d6,
1, 2...
Thurston, we
So
know
I
you
got a
derive
61.
pleasure from this.
61, you're saying?
I was meaning for you to read it for me.
Yes. 61. The veil thins. The air within 25 meters of you thins, causing living creatures to suffer shortness of breath and dizziness. All creatures are hindered too. In addition, 1 wrath dice must be added to all your psychic tests for the remainder of this scene. So basically,
Nice.
you have an even bigger chance of a bigger chance of just causing more perils as you summon all this warp energy. And hindered for the rest of you is essentially +1 to all the difficulty on every test you have, and that's going to apply to everybody.
DM, I raise my hand.
Yes,
So this hindrance comes in the form of the shortness of breath, is that correct?
it is magical warp shortness of breath. I suppose
I don't
you have
breathe.
artificial breathing, so you're fine.
Ah!
Oh, joy.
Always bet on Braine, baby.
All right.
That's why
and-
people probably want me to complicate things. So I assume that thing's defense is like pretty low. So I want to upgrade the two sixes I have there to be for my additional thing, which is +1 damage difficulty, the strength and willpower test. Because Crush, basically, to describe the psychic power test for people, I reach out and I grasp my hand, and whatever my target is, or multiple targets, I basically grab it and like constrain it with psychic power so it can't move or do anything else. So like, you will not move, and I'm like constricting it with great power, and it does 10 + 1 additional damage die, and an additional damage die does activate. So I do 11 damage total to it.
Yeah. And that is way more than enough to kill this poor thing. You like wring its neck psychically and toss it to the side, and it falls down, and you just hear this immense roar from the flaming Geraldine in the background. Yeah.
Lorn, why'd you make a
So-
meatball?
yeah.
Why'd you make a meatball?
It's just like a little circle of meat now, just splats onto the road.
Meatball.
All right, so now that thing goes.
It does go. So the Geraldine will go, and the Geraldine will move. Let's see here. 7. Okay.
Moved up menacingly, go
Moves there. It kind of like starts like bounding forward and stops in front of the wall there. And Reeb, you see this, and it sort of like looks at you and takes a backswing with its mouth and comes in and tries to bite you. Now I'm suffering a -2 penalty here that I'm just going to have to apply manually somehow. So.
Or just
I'm
adjust it on the
hindered.
fly. Mental math.
Yeah, I'll do some mental math.
Mental math.
As I roll my attack, and what's your defense, Reeb?
My defense is not terribly high, I don't think. It
2.
is a 2.
2.
I have to scan across my whole sheet, so it takes a second.
Because I
It
was
should
going
be in
to
your
take the
combat
last,
section.
the last 2 non-wrath, which would be a 2 and a 1, so those would be ignored. So I'm going to get a 2. But I think you also have the cover there, so you're going to be fine against this attack. So it kind of comes in and is sluggish from being out of breath, and it also has to make an athletics test, which is really going to suck for it because it's also at a -2 penalty. So let's see how this goes. It's still on fire. Lorn, will you roll me a d3?
I sure can. I don't, but it's not a thing, so roll 1d3. Boop. There you are.
Yeah,
Does it activate? I believe
yeah,
in it.
It'll go. Okay, cool. And yeah, you can see the fire is like melting and crisping its skin, and it roars. And, and yeah, so the Geraldine is in the center of the road here on fire and like attempting to bite at Reeb, but failing terribly as it's on fire and pain. All right, back to the players. So
I think I will go, and I'm going to look down at this child, and I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to say, "Now look here, young man. This is the power of the Omnissiah. The safest place is with him." I'm going to put him on my shoulders, and I'm going to charge the Geraldine.
absolutely.
By the motive force
Absolutely.
for Lemuria! And I'm going to charge and all-out attack.
Sure.
And so, taking my crackling power sword out as my servos crash under the grass underfoot, throwing plumes of dust as I advance, I'm going to begin calculating up what I'm getting here. I should be getting +1 for the attack.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm
Also getting +1 to complicate.
What's up?
You're going to complicate the hell out of this, I hope you know.
I sure fucking hope I am. All right, let's swing our power sword.
Wobomp. Okay.
That is going to get a wrath.
Yeah, do that reroll.
That's not a great
So how
one.
wrath points work, everybody,
Yeah,
is
there we
that
go.
basically, so everyone knows how the game works. He's already succeeded on 2 dice, so with a wrath point, he uses that to take all those failed dice and then re-roll them again, and that is just an addition what he made. So basically, he has 2 6s, which means +2 to result, and then normal successes, which are 4s or higher. So he has 3 hoorays and then 2 like mega hoorays. So he gets a total of 7.
Cool.
Yes, so I'm going to shift those 2 exalted dice over, 2 bonus damage, and then I'm going to get 2 for an all-out attack, and then I'm going to drop our 2 glory into this as well.
Oh, wow, you are just going all in.
I
Okay.
sure am.
I'm fine with him spending the glory.
Yes.
Do it up.
All right. So just bringing this sword down for 18
I think it's dead.
points of damage.
Yeah. So you like bring this down towards the Geraldine skull, shouting out praise for Forge World Lemuria, and you go down. But the powers of chaos are fickle. Zoran, will you take a rune dice off for me there?
Sure
I'm
can.
going to
You have
spend a
4 left.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a rune point here to have the Geraldine survive on 1 wound. As you just miss whatever its brain stem is, whatever like central thing, and then you pull the blade back out, and it looks up and just turns. So for those of you who want a bit of explanation, I can spend rune points anytime the players would kill an enemy, and basically say, nah, they live with 1 wound. So yeah, the Geraldine kind of still on fire, by the way, just looks at you and. Now that would be the end of the player action. I have my action, and all of the things that have acted for me have acted. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to.
Zedek still got a turn.
He does, but
true.
what I mean is I'm going to have a little Geraldine let up out of the ground right there.
You have a second one under us if you want that there too.
Yeah, sorry, that one should not be.
There you go.
Cool. So yeah, this Geraldine pops out of a burrow in the ground and looks around.
I'm intimidated by its teeth.
Zedek. Zedek, I'm going to give you a free action at the start of your turn. Can you give me an insight check, please?
Absolutely. If my large, giant hands could click any faster, I would.
Yeah.
We believe in you. Go! Go
we
forth
have to-
and roll as it takes
Roll!
forever for the thing. 7 ton, roll 20 work!
work!
There we go. Oh! It's a complication.
Yeah. All right, so since this is a free action, I'm not going to use it to be incredibly punishing. But what I'm going to say is, you do succeed on your insight check, and you can tell all of these ratlings sitting around, they just need someone to rustle them up and get them going. Because you see, they have slings, they have farmer tools, Uncle Hedge has a whole bunch of implements. They're all just kind of standing around, not doing anything yet. But you could easily muster them up. Now the complication is they seem to just be way more indolent than usual, even in the face of this. Looks like someone's dealing with the threat, so we don't have to. But you could tell you might be able to press them into action.
You know what? I think that's exactly what Captain Zedek's going to do.
Yeah, so
I
that
would
would be a
love to-
leadership test as an action.
Oh,
you could also
absolutely.
combine it with another action if you want to do something else. It just increases the difficulty by 2, which may be really bad because you're also out of breath and everything is difficulty 2 higher. So.
So, choking on the air at the moment, I'm going to stand up straight, look at this clearly handled situation ahead of me. It's hey, peanut gallery! I know you're standing around waiting for the barbecue to be done, but there's work to be done too. Why not add another piece of meat to the fire and... Oh, God. Just hit that one. I'll make a leadership test for that.
Yeah, give me a leadership test on that. Oh, yeah. So yeah, you can tell that they all kind of look up, and even Uncle Hedge, he's like, well, I suppose we could do this. And as
If you kill it, you can eat it.
you also, as a player option, Captain Zedek, you can, at this point, now that you've successfully motivated them, you can spend a wrath point of yours to trigger Uncle Hedge's unique combat ability, which I'm just going to tell you the name of. It's called Soups On.
You don't have to say anything more. I would love to spend a wrath dice to activate the Uncle Hedge feature.
Yeah. So you in your motivation, you put like this, like, even though you're gasping for air, as are all the other ratlings, and then just like Hedge starts madly grabbing more meat and like, shoot, strong boy, and everyone's kind of like, and they're picking up farmer implements and like basically spending the rest of their action getting ready for some kind of combat. Yeah, and you still have a movement if you want to move around, Captain Zedek.
Yeah, I will move another couple spaces over that way. And
cool.
Move just
Hi, Zedek.
to Lorn. Hi, Lorn. Man, did it get hotter here or something? I can't.
I made chaos farts. My bad.
Oh.
So
Everyone's choking on it.
that brings us to our next turn. And I'm a bad person. So I'm going to spend another rune point at the start here to seize the initiative.
Hold on. I have an
Don't
objection
have any-
to that.
Why? Do you have any glory?
There is one
No, you
person
don't.
who hasn't moved. The child.
Who has... what?
The child.
All right.
You're gonna hand the child your
There's-
power sword, going,
there
give
is-
it a good swing there, kid.
There is one hit point left on this monster. The child has yet to prove himself before the Omnisire. He might have a chance to act.
All right. You're gonna have to spend a wrath point for that narrative
That is
declaration
A-okay with me.
of the child. I'm going to use the rattling farmer tools with a severe penalty here because reasons. And we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see.
I am willing to give him my gun.
Just let the sword happen.
Wait. Sorry. You're going to give him your gun. Your radioactive gun.
It's only a little cancer.
Can I use my one veto?
I know
Can I use
I was
my one
getting
veto
dark,
to
but
just
come
cause
on.
Braine to explode?
Please do not cook the tater tot.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Can
All
I?
right,
please.
he's not using your cancer gun.
Okay,
but
fine. I won't give the
he will
child
make-
cancer in the funny RPG.
Jack, can we all agree that it's perfect? Never mind, we can't.
Everybody gets one veto. Everybody gets
Braine
one
thinks
veto.
about it and then doesn't.
And then the child misses. The child's so distracted because he's clearly got this weapon. He's trying to hit Geraldine. And you're like, "Oh, here, take this. It's like candy with the radium pistol." He's like,
I wish.
"What?"
I have a question.
Lord.
Can I spend my own wrath to try to narratively let the kid hit it? I don't know if it's possible to do. I'm willing to spend my wrath.
You want to
I'm
do
willing
a Final Fantasy-esque prayer sequence for the child?
I want to use my sacral levitation for us all to circle around like it's the Odin summon and infuse this child with the. I'm willing to spend all my wrath points.
Yes, yeah. I will allow you to do it,
Boop,
and I will
boop.
then modify it so that the child is hitting with the same stats as the regular farmers would. Just to see.
That's now infused with psychic energies. We're like, you can do it, child. I'm nudging its little hands to grasp it better and hold it better and kind of influence it with my psychic powers. You can do it, son.
Oh shit!
It got two. Oh yes! It's 2 successes. It's 2 6s. It hit.
Oh god. Okay. The child hits. The child can shift an exalted dice for extra damage.
Extra damage.
Let us
Let's roll
see.
the power sword.
Oh god. The power sword? No, he was not taking the power sword.
I thought he gave him the power sword.
No!
Fine.
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
He does a total of 5 points, which does not beat the Geraldine's resilience. Now again, you spent 2 wrath points though. So I will say that your second wrath point prayer fuels the child for a slightly better other attack damage roll here, and we'll see. No, I rolled terribly.
I'm okay with just doing a reroll instead to bump up those dice.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Everyone, give this child your energy.
God damn!
Energy.
Just give it a button.
Like the child is like just. I don't want to have my mind wiped, and just grabs the power sword and shoves it through the Geraldine's one remaining eye, and just jams it in there. Are you're allowing him to have the power sword, Braine?
Of course I am.
And he's just shoving it in with all his power, and the Geraldine's still on fire, and oh, and then the Geraldine just finally flumps down, dead.
Messiah!
I come up to the child.
We're not out of combat yet.
Oh, yeah,
we're not out of combat.
Oh, that's right.
I would like to
Still
remind you, gentlemen, that you decided that we needed to blow all of our wrath dice on killing this in one turn.
You monsters! I'm just gonna say I'm going to spend a rune dice so you can actually mark that down. And I'm going to seize the initiative.
I think you have 3 left. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think you took the one off already.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have this guy go. As this Geraldinelet walks around you, and this somber piano music starts playing as it comes up beside the corpse of its mother, and just and it kind of flumps on its belly, trying to poke at the head of the Geraldine that is still crisping from the psychic, from the flamer fire on its back and the power sword through it. So this Geraldine, let's just poking it
Okay, so are we technically still in initiative?
Well, now that's its action. It's just basic. I wanted to spend a rune to make you feel bad. Now I'll let you go. The players can decide which order they want to go in.
Can I please go?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I walk up to it over here.
Oh no!
I look down at, then I look at the child, and I go, look at the child, and so it's we don't
Which
have any
child?
guns to give. We don't.
Oh,
no,
God.
I don't care about. I look at the rattling child, and okay, so I look to Reeb, and I go Reeb. I really wish we were out of initiative so this could work. No,
what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Okay,
at this point, we
how
can
about
be
this?
out of initiative because it's
Reeb.
just crying now.
Yeah,
Reeb Van Horn is
it
listening.
It got defeated by depression. So,
Yeah.
Reeb, if you could come here, please.
Oh, of course. Reeb happily
May
vaults
I
the-
borrow?
on top of that.
Do you still have a pistol, or does Zedek have a pistol?
Before you
Like a
ask
normal
that, may
one.
I ask why you're asking for it?
Please. Okay, Captain Zedek, could you come here and everything? We must teach the child.
Soap's on, everybody, get your food. And the rattlings
I ask Zedek, may I borrow your pistol?
No. Oh, actually.
Fine. Get it.
Lorn,
I need
be
to
honest
borrow
with
it.
me. Are you just going to execute this poor thing?
Yes. The child must learn.
He's already learned
What do
enough.
I need to learn?
At this point, look, I'm just
Since no one's giving me a weapon, child, you'll now henceforth be known as Tater Tot. And for your valiant bravery in battle, you have been awarded this name. and I feel it might be time to introduce to you to the Imperium of Man. I feel you become an excellent rattling in the forces of it, and I need to test your willingness to serve the Imperium of Man. You would make an excellent candidate, perhaps a rattling sniper. It would be wonderful to see you excel. So to this point, I point my hand over to it to get ready to do a psychic power. Will you let it live, or will you let it die?
And the Geraldine that's still vainly poking at the
It's okay, whatever
of
the
its
child
mother.
chooses. Like,
the child's just like looking at this tiny animal and like looking up at Lorn and chat. What does chat think the child should do? Oh no!
shall it live or
what does
shall
the
it
chat
die?
No. This is not the Imperial way.
Kill!
Your flesh is weak.
Ow!
Kill it is. I look to the child. Well, what is your decision?
Geraldine's a problem. You're right. You can't let one live when they keep coming back.
Then I go, very well. I close my hand and do crush.
Can you also roll me another d6 because you have another bonus wrath dice on that? Because technically
That's right.
Just 1d6.
I actually forgot to do it, and that's a 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you snap its neck. Like there's.
Oh no,
way
I
to-
don't snap its neck. I pretty much go,
No.
good. I basically see it go into like a ball as tiny as I can make it, and I bury it in the dirt.
ZoranTheBear confirmed for Psycho.
This is the 41st
boy.
millennium. It ain't cute.
You're living in the 20th century!
You like. I had tater tot.
Welcome to the Imperium of Man, Tater Tot. Braine, please give Tater Tot the button, the clicker thing that summons a ship at some point to get recruited.
Do I have one of those?
Like how you took a second to just go,
I mean, like, generally speaking, you'll be able to dispatch shuttles later. Like, this is just like a, this is just kind of a, like, initial reconnaissance mission.
No. This child is not going to simply join the Imperial Guard. Look at him! And I hold him. He has the wisdom of our Messiah with him. Young boy! And I'm holding him now, like, by his head. Will you...
Alpha, if you're listening to this, we need art for Tater Tot.
Okay, I guess Tater Tot's gonna become a tech priest. I'm okay with that, the work of the debt collector. So, Tater Tot companion acquired.
I will teach you everything I know.
I would
How
pray
does
that
Tater
you
Tot
don't do
think
that.
about it?
Please don't
It's
mutilate
just
this boy.
like completely just stunned. And like as this has happened, like you notice that 4 of the rattlings have now just kind of surrounded Captain Zedek.
I suppose that means dinner's ready, boys.
Excellent.
We follow you.
Yes.
You got a speak good voice, you do. For those of you who
Thurston,
don't
I gotta-
know,
He
Captain
is 1,000
Zedek,
yards staring at this scene unfolding before him, just like...
Captain
Silence.
Zedek has a
Silence.
talent that allows him to accrue devotees. And so... So now he has some rattling devotees
Hey,
who will follow
Zedek.
him around and basically be able to take hits for him.
Okay,
Zedek, we kinda need
as you
this-
just said, chat, I want you to picture this in your mind, like exactly what he just said. Devotees for a rogue trader. If you ever played 40K tabletop and know what the lookout sir thing is, that's
Yes.
exactly what that is. So you'll see flying fat ratlings going, look out, sir, and then just whoosh, take shots.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Hey,
The mashed
Thurston,
potato platoon.
Thurston, I got a question.
Yeah. Yes, Earndil?
For that act of wanton animal abuse, is
Yes.
Lorn going to be receiving our first little point of corruption?
I mean,
Wait,
like...
wait. What happened to you setting them on fire?
They were attacking us then.
Yeah, that's what it was going to as well.
Did you even try to roll a persuasion check on it?
You have to do that.
I think I need to point out, I want to save corruption for something truly heinous. And I don't think we're even close to the bottom of the barrel.
Hell yeah.
Yet.
High brain, canonically lawful good. Everything
What?
he's done.
No, that is not what I said. That is absolutely
You're the
not.
one condoning this, Thurston. You're condoning this. I want to be on record saying I strike you down.
I also assume that Reeb is like cracking open these corpses and looking.
He's
at
cracking
them.
open the large one. He is not touching the meatball of the baby because he has some standards, Thurston.
Well, sir. Yeah. You go through the like burning husk of the.
Oh shit! It's still on fire, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Vivid an autopsy. Well, it's on fire. Never done this before.
Woo. And with that, yeah, like there's a bit of a break after this, and we can kind of go back to the farm imagery, to the firm, and yeah, as we're back on the God damn it!
I need to.
Oh wait, hold on.
zoom in on that.
Wait, we can't go back to the farm yet.
Hold on.
Yeah, we still no, we're not done yet. We're not done
Yeah,
yet.
no, you're not done. I'm switching over to
Okay.
the combat map because like Uncle
okay.
Hedgehedge. Uncle Hedgehedge has put together like his food, which you can all partake in. You've worked out a bit. That raised some like concern levels, and yeah, as like this is going on, Uncle Hedgehedge like. So it seemed like you're going to take your boy.
Yes, and we would also like a taste of some of your barbecue, as we are in the market for someone with good cooking.
Rotisserie chicken, here go.
I take a bite. How many diseases do I get?
No, it's basically like the best food you've ever tasted.
Oh,
Like you bite into it and it's perfect.
Lorn, are you
Everything
okay?
about this food is perfect.
My mustache and everything is risen. I have like psychic lightning coming at me like I'm like a Super Saiyan and going, we got our bonus points!
I want to point out.
You are immediately hired.
Someone in the chat. Someone in the chat wrote, "I've got cholera. I've got cholera."
What you talking about bonus points?
Well, Captain Zedek, please explain. I'm going to eat this chicken. I go off to eat the chicken.
See, as part of our diplomatic mission, we are rewarded for doing certain things to advance the cause. And you, Uncle Hedgehedge, are a stellar example of imperial culinary talent. In fact, so good that we would be honored if you would join our crew. And if you happen to have someone else who is slightly less good
In
at
like
being a
the
cook-
space.
Excuse me?
In like the space. That's up in the space.
Yes, up in the space.
I can cook in the space.
I'm waiting for the
cook into
uncle to start
space.
going.
I mean, kind of now, yes.
We're going down to the house of sausage. I got my halfling shoes on.
Oops. Oh.
There, it's barbecue pit halflings.
I could cook up in the space.
Yeah, you know what? It would work perfectly fine. In fact, if you could find someone who is maybe a little less talented that we can pretend is more talented, that would be swell. don't you
I'll go
think?
up into spaces. I gotta deal with nothing but Geraldines here. Are there Geraldines in space?
No,
Maybe, but
No.
you'll never
Absolutely.
have to see them.
you'll never see them again.
I really like how
would
everyone
you-
had a different answer.
Yes, no, maybe. Would
No.
any of you like to make a attempt to like persuade,
I will. I'll
intimidate, or
That's
whatnot?
all Zedek,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, let's let the good captain here see if he can convince Uncle Hej finally to join the crusade.
Wow, that's a
Yeah, he sure does.
Glory, too.
He sure does.
And that's a glory, glory, hallelujah.
Yeah, so you are not only like able to, because you can shift one exalt, because it was only going to be like a difficulty 4 for that. So you can shift one, and you can you not only manage to convince Uncle Hej, and who you learned their previous name was Lilgo, but now Tater Tot. You convince basically the entire staff of the Grumble Tum Tum farm to join you in space.
Uh-oh. That's
I
concerning.
would list off the names of ratlings that Alpha provided me, but I will save those for another day.
I was going to ask them their names, and I had a couple great names for him if he didn't already.
Oh gosh.
I come up to Captain Zedek, and I go, as I assume like things are getting filed in, and paperwork's in, we send a server down. I don't know. That Captain Zedek, quick question.
Yes, Lorn.
I don't like this place, nor do I like the name of it. As much as I'm aware, we do have cannons upon our ship to basically orbital bombard any position on this planet. I know
put
we
my
usually
finger up to
save it.
Lorn's bearded face, and I say, not yet.
I vibrate angrily, and I leave.
I appreciate that the first thing you wanted to use your bombardment on was the Grumble Tum Tum farm.
At this point, Braine has climbed to the top of one of these rooftop
Yes.
buildings, and is just with Tater Tot still in tow, has his sword out and is just screaming, "And henceforth your history shall know this as the Battle of Meat Place Alpha, where the glories of the Omnissiah in the name of the Forge World Lemuria." And no one's listening. I'm still screaming really loud.
Is the child just going
Yeah.
to fall off his back at some point, like a TV aerial that is loosely fastened to a roof?
The child is very much just okay, so with that, let's just say that you've managed to recruit these halflings from the Grumble Tum Tum farm. You've got Tater Tot, and so the ones that I think will go with you, we'll have Tater Tot join with you, I suppose, and then the 4 devotees. But Uncle Hej and the rest of the Swine Tooth farm are going to stick around, and they'll be picked up later. So video game logic, you're gonna be able to extricate these guys from the planet later. Yay, bonus points.
Yeah.
We're doing a Fulton extraction.
But you do know that from your talks with Mayor Hugpen that these other divinely tall beings supposedly live in the capital, in the equatorial region of the planet.
Yes. I suppose it's too far to walk.
Oh yeah, that you definitely have to take your Arvis there.
To the harvest then, boys.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're going to have to travel either way, but before we go, we probably should gather a couple resources if we can. I know we're still looking to get food and manpower for the Moderati.
So, with my Medicaid check, did I learn anything useful about the Geraldines? I mean, aside from the fact that apparently they can make good barbecue.
So you note that the Geraldines, the younger ones, would have digestive acid that they can spew out. The actual Geraldine has a horrific bite attack, and though you murdered it before I got to use it, you could tell that the mature form of the Geraldine was probably really well suited to rolling. Had you not have killed it with the child interruption narrative declaration, you might have all been in a perfect line setup for it to have rolled all over you and basically do some kind of na attack.
Beyblade, got it. I love Beyblades. It's a good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, well, nothing of particular note. We're not going to be coming back here in any regard. In any case, you could eat these. Surely we can... excuse me. Pie, are you done monologuing?
Yes, I jump off the roof.
Do you believe that these would be suitable for nutrient-based usage? We are a little low on food at the moment.
I suppose so, yes. Though it's more than likely we would have to refer to the only expertise these beings partake in, culinary arts. Are you done with it for the most part, by the way?
Oh, yes, nothing of particular note. Acid bile ducts and strong jaws and very thick, pointed backs. Nothing of extraordinary note.
Good. I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna rip off one of the horns.
Oh, yeah, just like crunch rips right out.
And I'm gonna give it to Tater Tot. This is yours. This is your glory. And then I'm gonna leave it there.
And he just kind of strokes my glory.
Good. The child grows.
Yeah. So okay. So I assume after doing all of that, you're going to make your way back to the farmer's field where you landed the Arvis.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna fly
make your way
Onion
back
out of
there.
here.
You know
as
what?
you're
I would like to make a narrative declaration if possible while we're
Absolutely.
leaving. Knowing that we are in dire need of food as part of our mission, I would like to make a brief stop in the town itself and announce a little competition for the denizens.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. You don't even have to make a narrative declaration for that. That's just you doing something. What? Let's see here. So you're wanting to kind of I don't know, some kind of cooking contest.
Residents of happy feastings, we do appreciate your reverence for us divine tallest, but you can do so much more and be with the tallest yourself. For the tallest must eat, and eat lots. So we have devised a little competition for you. Whoever can cook the best meal may serve in the presence of those who are even taller than us, the tallestest among the divine. You have 48 hours to cook the best meal possible when we will return and judge it.
I was hoping you were going to say you have 48 hours to comply.
I think that's gonna probably be a leadership test because you're basically trying to whip these people up into a very specific kind of action. So yeah, give me a leadership.
This is a
test,
cooking
yeah.
war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn!
Wow, that's a nice roll. And another
And
glory for us.
that's a glory.
Nice double glory on your
glory
persuasive powers, my dude.
Yeah, I'm going to not only say this will be a big success. This will definitely complete your need to get the foodstuffs you want. That kind of buildup will get them going, and at least this town is going to be able to provide your necessary quota of foodstuffs for your ambassadorial score.
I need to. Can I have Reeb do something real quick, taking Zedek aside?
Oh yeah.
Please, Captain, if I may have a moment of your time.
Of course, Lorn.
I'm not. Wrong
Zedek
person.
is just so
Sorry, that is a bit
traumatized.
lightheaded still from suffering earlier.
He's just seeing
It's fine.
Sorry,
I'll have to
Reeb,
take a look at that a
myself.
bit later. Don't worry. Little asphyxia never hurt anyone. In any regard, we need to. So if we're talking about getting points, correct? Since everyone is very keen to be in on this hip and happening trend of points. Do you think that we might get more points if, when we order this massive competition to be going, that we just so happen to pull in a requisition for our very esteemed Katja Van Nord to drop by for a quick inspection?
I think that's a wonderful idea. But from what it seems, this Uncle Hedge is a pretty good cook.
He's
I would
scratching
almost
his
feel-
butt while you say that.
I would almost feel bad yielding such a wonderful resource when we could get someone just as good as him for the esteemed lady. You think she wouldn't miss him if she didn't know he was there?
You fucks. You find the first good rattling cook and you're like, this one's ours.
Precisely my thinking, my good man. Precisely my thinking. After all, who would want one excellent cook when you could have an entire dozen, several dozen, multi-dozen, hundreds, thousands of stellar rattling cooks working in your kitchens, cooking you fast feasts? I'm sure she wouldn't miss one.
You understand full well.
Of course. Besides, much as I appreciate Pie's cooking, I much too much dislike the taste of motor oil and C-150 grade chemical. I like C-152.
I don't think I'm particularly keen on having another organ replaced either.
What?
And
You
with
see there
that,
on the background, tapping on his runic sundial.
and with that, you all make your way back to the D&D farm, where you find that the charred field is empty. And as you're approaching, like, the harvest is gone, but then another one comes down from the sky and lands, torching the farmer's second field.
Nice.
And opens up the back, and you can see like a much like lankier shaped servitor in the front.
I approached the office. Oh, hello. So, which one are you?
Greetings, I am Servitor the DM.
That's cool. I push it to the side and I keep walking in.
I am your pilot. I was assigned here after it was determined by Tech Priest Gamu 4224 that the prior servitor had been tampered with.
Did Servitor smoke a lot?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hi, kids. Kids on the office. I need a smoke in my watering can.
Yeah.
Hi, it appears as though your good friend Gamu has decided to send you another message. Please go to it! And I shove him very brusquely towards the
What do you
servitor.
want?
We are beginning the takeoff sequence.
Okay.
We have to go to our next objective, boys. Top.
I will hate.
On our way
Tater
to
Tot
that,
gets strapped in.
Tech Priest Gamu 4224 has assembled a list of ongoing maintenance requests for the debt collector, audibly for the review of Captain Zedek. Item the first.
Captain Zedek is going to put his headset in and just ignore this.
It's just the entire time it's like vapor. It's like da na 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 and then like outside.
The reactor is woefully undermaintained and requires updating.
Just
added
turn up
property.
your music device. And
Reeb is the only one who's going to listen to all of these.
Braine has
Like
made
taking meticulous notes on the death trap ship he's on.
Braine has made sure Tater Tot takes notes while he doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Is Tater Tot strapped in? If not, I'm going to help
Tater
him get
Tot, so
strapped
all
in.
of you are on one side, and then on the other side are the four Rattlings and Tater Tot.
Where's the child
Wait,
seat,
wait.
goddammit? Where's the
I was
child
about to
seat?
mention. On top of that, do we have a child seat? But it looks like it's like a gray knight, like whatever that thing's called, like baby carriage. So it's themed like that. So we put in the seat.
Yes! Yes, there's absolutely one of those, like, friggin' Dread Knight.
It's all themed.
shirts on.
Oh, see, if we don't have a child seat, surely we have an overhead luggage compartment or something.
Please don't
What?
torture this boy worse than he already has been. Don't put him in the luggage bin
It'll be safer than being over here.
and get
Nah,
rattled
baby
around
carriage.
as we break Atmo.
Have you been rattled around in this thing? You remember the first time we took one of these damn things?
I
Yes, and
buckle
Braine
in the
killed us.
rattling child and everything else, and it's like, you're gonna be so good at killing. And then I go to my seat.
You look like
For
so
the
good at
Emperor.
Always
The Omnisire! Wrong one!
It's the it can do both.
It's the wrong one.
I'm going to help Tater Tot get strapped in if nobody else is.
Already buckled in. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're all settled in.
Yeah. And the Arvis like begins to take off, and you can hear it sort of blast off, probably destroying the third field of this farmer whose name you never.
How did it
got.
move to a third field to take off?
It probably just like turned and then fired its retros and burned the third field. And yeah, you're carrying on again over sort of like this idyllic train. But as you're making your way towards the equatorial location that you know where this large city would be, after conferring with the debt collector, you can see that like it's becoming night out. The sun is setting as you are like heading towards your destination. The servitor continues on. Requisition request number 192.
192.
Zedek's waking up from his
The
nap at this point.
recycling systems in the lower decks are suffering malfunction. We have lost 3 crew members in the past month.
Compactor suffering malfunction. Clogged,
Captain
probably.
Zedek, what are we going to do with the thousands of tribals that are inside of your ship? It's basically Necromunda down there, and they keep doing things. And last time we checked on them, one of them was yelling Mordaka, another one our brethren. So it's they're causing a ruckus of the place. I never go down there anymore.
Well, my usual way of going about dealing with them is letting the cults thin their own ranks. Maybe have a little divine intervention every now and then, but we're just waiting for a chance to dump them on a planet, and then I'm sure they'll take care of the rest if we need them to take care of some bad guys.
I'm sure we
it
can dump
should-
them. Yeah.
It should be noted that the debt collector certainly has a lot of different groups and tribes that inhabit its lower levels, particularly just factions that have formed, be it like strangely like offshoot religions or people who worship certain aspects of the ship, or people who have essentially turned into gangs. Like there's a lot going down in the debt collector.
You know, we could probably tune in and see what they're proselytizing today, if you'd like. I'm sure we
One
can
of them
tap the
saying
feeds.
death cult. It's like, I have like a pad open that's like there's
Yeah.
like cameras that's looking in with some crappy audio, and it's like some are saying DACA. There might be the digger knobs. It's
Praise the great cloth, or it chooses the worthy. You know, there's
Rectissimi prope dies domini? I don't speak High Gothic.
I don't either. Regardless,
and then
though,
you hear
I'll-
this clunk, clunk.
Is there like a warning system in the?
No, and then like the ship shakes a little bit. Clunk.
DM, what is going on?
Clunk. Like you're just hearing this clunk sound, like something's maybe hitting the exterior, and then there's a bit of shaking in the Arvis.
I'll go outside and wait.
Do not. I would implore you to
No.
reconsider.
I'll open the window.
Just defenestrates the party.
I
Status report. What's going on?
Issue number 237.
fucker, what's hitting us?
Like so are any of you just like leaning now and looking into the cockpit?
We're looking.
Yeah, so all of
going
your
like,
heads like lean over and you look and you see that the cockpit window is covered. Like it's this runny liquid substance that's like completely obscuring the outside.
Huh.
What is... I'm
I
gonna...
probably should deploy the countermeasures. I'll turn on the windshield wiper.
Yeah, you like so I assume Zedek, you're like going into the co-pilot seat at this point.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you unstrap like what the, and you go and you activate the holy windshield wipers.
Ah,
with the
yes.
necessary
Taken
secret
out by the
outputs.
Blood Angels during the second Space Hulk of that STL, the windshield wiper.
The venerated
Hey,
Ventana.
we lost a lot of good Terminators that day.
Many Terminators died to bring us this technology.
And yeah, you activate the holy windshield wipers, and that's when you notice like there's this like almost white liquid that's covered up a lot of the cockpit window, and as the wipers move it, there's this like chunks in it, and you see what are clearly like hunks of potato and some carrots, and then you hear this ka-thunk, and can you give me an awareness test really quick, Captain Zedek?
Sure.
So where?
So aware. Ooh, not quite aware enough. You hear another kathunk, and then there's just this like deluge of more like white liquid and like various little like chunks of food stuff that start like peeling back on the cockpit.
All right, do we have like a hatch on the roof or something?
On an Arvis lighter, no.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck in here.
It's kind of a terrible box, like unarmed or unarmed terrible craft.
Don't say that too loudly to me.
You know, I do what I can. So yeah, you hear this kathunk, and then the windshield wipers are desperately trying, but and then the servitor unable to establish proper visual parameters.
Concerning, where are the escape systems?
One of the rattlings escape system.
Can I find a parachute, please?
Are there no parachutes? There's no
Captain,
parachutes.
I told you
This
about
is the
the
Imperium
budget
of Man.
cuts.
Do any of you know why there are potatoes on the Arvis?
All right, time to find out. Everyone strap in. I'm going outside. I'm gonna look around for like a rope or like latch thing.
A rope.
You know, like something to kind of latch myself to the Arvis.
That's when you, as you're looking around, all of you feel this sudden lurch, and there's this sound from the right side, and Zedek, you see that the starboard turbine engine has like just had a massive like backup and has exploded internally, causing you to start losing altitude rapidly.
I'm going to very frantically strap in and engage the manual override. Nothing to worry about, just a little turbulence. I'm panicking, like, oh no. I didn't want to actually have to use my skills.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're going to try to like make a piloting test in order to level this out.
With gusto. I'm going to attempt to keep us from... we're going to attempt to keep this box from becoming a coffin.
Can I go up to give him a strength assist as well?
What are you wanting to do?
I want to go up and give him a strength assist to pull on the throttle because I know how... I've flown an airplane a little bit once. I held the stick of an airplane before. I know how bad that is.
You can definitely, like, go over there. And that leaves... Pi, you're still trying to, like, look for stuff to go out.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to make aerial repairs.
Okay, so you're like, I'm gonna open up the back seat, just wait. Okay, and Lorn, what are you doing during this?
I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm sitting in my chair.
How does Lorn freak?
I try to cast levitate on the Arvis to keep it from falling.
Yeah, give me a psychic test. Sure, this is bullshit. I love it.
I'm okay.
I want to see you perils this. I wanna
Wait,
see
here
you
it
perils
comes.
this
No,
so
no,
bad.
I'm good.
Oh, wow.
I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a 9.
That's Sid.
So you're using your psychic powers to try to stabilize it. Reeb, can you give me your check to assist, and then we'll have then we have Captain Zedek's piloting check, which is okay. I think we'll see how Reeb helps out here.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't expect much from me. I'm just doing this to help a little bit.
So what happens here is like Captain Zedek and Reeb are like Reeb's pulling back on the throttle with Captain Zedek, and Zedek's trying to maintain it. There's more of these kathunks that are happening. Pi, can you give me a awareness test?
No. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Not allowed.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Heavy machine gun.
You kind of like aren't noticing anything during this, but there's more like kathunks.
All right.
And so what? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna strap myself in. I'm a strong guy. I've probably had to do this before.
Fair.
So I'm going to make sure everyone's strapped in, and I'm going to open the pod bay doors, Hal, bracing myself.
Yeah, I think there's only like a back door that opens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it goes like comes like crash, but all the rattlings are like pulling out potatoes and onions and like just snacking on them like nom, 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 nom.
So they stress eat a bunch, don't they?
Oh yeah. And you don't even know how they hide these on them because like they only have so much room, but they've been eating a lot. Yeah, and what you see as you open the back doors, Braine, is you see these like what your visual processors process as like ceramic pots flying in your tailwind and like hurtling down towards the surface.
What? I'm going to I've got long extendo arms. So
Yeah.
I'm going
I have
to
extendo arms.
I'm going to try to pull myself up on in between the engines and see what the hell is going on our roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the while this is
Yes,
happening,
Earndil?
the only thing playing through my mind is like Metal Slug 5's boss music is playing in the background. All this. This is so fucking. This is so stupid.
Yeah, and like Zedek and Reeb are like madly pulling, and it's very clear like their efforts aren't doing too much to like stem it. But like in the back, Lorn's just like, man, psychic powers. So Lorn's really doing all the work to prevent this from being this terrible crash. But like we have Reeb
story wise, we're still crashing. I'm to the point where I'm doing all my psychic mount enough to make it to where we're not going to hard crash and all die, but just enough towards as gentlest as a landing, but still pretty rough that we can make it.
Just so we skim instead of splash.
And so I'm just gonna roll something here. Roll 46.
No, we're dead.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
Oh dear.
So
Dead on, sir.
well, we'll see. Okay. So Pi, as you're up top,
Yes.
you start seeing more of these ceramics flying, and like one of them, like as you're witnessing this, one of them slams into the other turbine, and it bursts into flames.
Can I try to make a reactive action?
Pieces shatter. What are you wanting to do?
Oh, I want to try to shoot it.
Yeah, sure. Give me an attack roll. This is going to be like exceptionally difficult.
That is a-okay.
Please complicate and shoot the engine.
Please shoot the other
I
engine
hope I
out.
do. I really do hope I do.
I always love
complicate
a
and
party
shoot
that's
myself
like,
in the brain.
Complication!
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Okay. Let's find out what this does.
The good news is that it's a radioactive pistol, so it's probably not going to do catastrophic physical damage.
Well,
Probably.
you know, we should learn this here. Can you roll me 2d6?
I would love to.
Yeah, please do. Please roll me 2d6, and let's
going
find
to
out
get
what
us killed.
the result of this is.
Oh.
45.
I feel. That's a higher spectrum.
Okay. Yeah. So you go to fire your pistol, and like as you're doing so, this ceramic bolt hits you in the chest, exploding, covering you in potato soup, and doing like 11 total damage. So with your resilience, I think you take 2 wounds from that.
I do. I guess I'll try to soak him.
Yeah. Give me some determination here.
Yeah.
Which will reduce them and turn them into shock. And your pistol like goes just like blasting across the side of the hull, missing what you were intending to do.
Nice.
And yeah, so as that, so you take two shock hits.
Yeah.
And then your pistol falls out of your grip.
Oh no. That's bad.
And it tumbles away.
I do observe it. That was shock.
Yeah. And it just like goes into like the black sky.
As I quickly want to do, as with my psychic might. Fuck, I don't have any wrath. Fuck. Hold up.
You blew it all intimidating a child.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me. Wait, do I even have the thing? Wait, no, I do. I have phantom grip. As I'm sitting here and I'm like doing the levitation stuff on the ship, I feel the kink of the gun, and I go,
okay, I'm going to allow this, but
I'm
there's a
okay with the
big but
difficulty
here.
things, and I also have wrath.
I'm going to say
that's ended. So
I'm going to say that like you can do this, but this is not like you using your powers in your typically controlled manner. Like if you
actually,
want to
no.
do this,
Someone did give me a wrath and Braine, so they just did it.
Okay. I'm still gonna say you have to make this test at unbound, which means you have to roll 2 wrath dice for this because this is not your typical training. This is you freaking out and using your psychic powers.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna hold that wrath. So
yeah.
So unbound at this point, I basically add 2 wrath dice, right?
It's 2 wrath dice for this check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, not that one. Not that one. We did that one wrong. And boop. No. Button.
Right.
I will own you. All right. Phantom grip. Whoosh.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So
I
question,
don't get a glory.
you have
but-
1 wrath dice there. Do you have the second one?
Yeah, both of them went through. I did 2 bonus wrath on it.
Okay, because only one of them is showing up as the wrath dice. That's why.
Yeah, I guarantee you, I put 2 wrath dice there. If you want me to, I'll just roll another d6.
Yeah, just roll another d6.
Okay, that's fine. It's a 3.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, cool.
All right.
You grab the pistol as it's flying in the air and manage to like bring it back in. Well, also holding your levitation because you have a talent that lets you.
Yeah,
like,
I have a talent that
multitask.
allows me to do that without any difficulty. So
Yeah, without added difficulty.
So cool.
And so that's when the shuttle, like, and we have meanwhile again in the front Reeb and Zedek who are like madly pulling the throttle trying to keep the shuttle from crashing, and beside them the servitor who's like issue number 325, and then the shuttle like makes this controlled crash. And, like, at this point, the engines are on fire. But like, you manage not to be too badly beaten up as you crash into yet another field.
Oh, wait, do I go flying off?
Yeah, you totally would. Let's see, what kind of skills do you have that might mitigate some of this
I have
stuff?
athletics. I could see that we are immediately going to crash and perhaps make a break back to the,
Quick, jump off the plane so you're not going at the same speed as the plane anymore.
That's a great
Give me an
idea.
Give me an athletics check.
Sure, I'm going to spend glory on this one.
Okay, yeah, you
It
got
seems
2.
relatively high stakes. Now we play.
yeah, it's like a complication.
Oh no!
All right, wow. Oh god, this is some beautiful shit.
This is a disaster.
Yes,
Also,
this
I
is
love that
the
I can't
pain
load-
that I needed in my life.
I can't
All right,
load the stream either, so this is great.
Roll me a d6. God damn it! I
This
see your
determines
heart
how
there.
many 10 damage I take.
If there's anything I learned to do over the years, it's how to articulate splatter in art.
Yeah. I hope you guys have liked Braine. This will be his last session.
Hold on. Zoran.
Oh no!
All right. Here's what happens. Okay, this is so good. So what happens is, okay, this is machine spirit.
Yes!
Some technology in the scene malfunctions. So what happens is, as this is going on, meanwhile in the cockpit, the servitor is like, issue 320, and stops. And then disconnects themselves, because this one is like freestanding, and turns and makes his way towards the back of the ship. As Pi is on top, like having all this happen. And as Pi loses like their footing, as they're just trying to get out, he falls off the back. And like this gray, dead hand reaches out to grab him. And the servitor, the DM, pulls Pi back in, but needs to like leverage themselves to do it. And so basically like uses all of their servitor strength to throw Pi back into the shuttle, but then is ejected out the back and hits the dirt and starts rolling and like breaks apart on impact. as the shuttle crashes down.
Damn! No!
Wow!
We can get another one.
DM.
Oh, Messiah preserved me! And I am immediately just like, as well, we should probably crash before I do anything.
The servitor
the crash
tumbles
is
into
so
the...
light. Like, you just, you basically rush into dirt. There's, like, a slight impact, but nothing too shocking. Because Lorn is just sitting there like, la 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 la, levitate.
I'm like freaking out, like veins popping, like, I don't want to die! And it goes, like it just like slides into the field, I imagine. Like things on fire and stuff
and,
still.
The servitor
so
is like flying in the
let's-
distance, breaking apart, and it hits the ground first and goes...
Okay.
So,
So...
So we've landed.
Yeah, and you like exit out of the wreckage of your Arvis with both engines just completely like burned out and ruined. You find yourself like trundling through pumpkins. And chat brings up a good point. When I set this up, I didn't fucking expect that the players would have like 8 rattlings with them now. So let me just drop those on the map.
Look out, Sir
You got
Token.
6.
Please look out.
When we all step out of the aircraft, I'm just gonna... Reeb is dusting himself off and says, "Another happy landing."
One more
cut out
time,
there,
you robot at the end there. One more time.
Reeb is dusting himself off, and he says, another happy landing.
I count just to make it easier on you, Thirsty. You just want to assume those rattlings are there, and we just do a counter of it, so we don't have to dominate play space.
Oh yeah. So yeah, what I'll do is we'll just assume that they're there and like are around, and yeah, but for all of you, you can kind of see them. And yeah, you've crashed here. It's this like tranquil night. Like you can still see overhead these pots being hurled, and like you can hear off in the distance the like breaking of ceramics. Look, I see chat is asking for tater tot. I did not expect that tater tot would become such a big thing here, so we don't have art. So that's gonna be request number 1 to our artists next.
We'll just say
turn.
Tater Tot is safe in the thing. Lauren, we're coming out of the Iris was like, Tater Tot, are you okay? Are you okay, Tater Tot?
And like you just hear, my glory, it's safe.
Good. I get a blanket and I like arrange things, and I get out and I get a whatever a fire extinguisher is called in the 41st millennium, and I make it all safe. And it's like, here you go, and then everything else. Apparently, someone drew art of Tater Tot in my Discord. I gotta find where that is.
Oh no.
Someone needs to
yes.
at me.
Uh-oh, I think
Oh my
connection...
god, it's so good.
Give it to me.
Give it some
Put it in the
There
chat.
it
Put
is.
it in our chat right here.
Put it in
hold
the chat we use.
Put it in the Warhams Discord. I'm losing connection.
Pippington or Chimp Pip in my Discord did it. It's so good. Hold up, I'll put it.
Fellas, I'm losing connection.
Oh my god.
I hate to break it, but I'm losing connection here, guys.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
Hello?
Yeah, what's like? Oh lord.
Hello?
Is
Hi.
everybody okay? Are we all in
I think-
mostly one piece?
Action's fluctuating.
hi. Oh, sorry. You're sorry.
Hello?
I know.
You're still good. We can hear you, Earndil.
Okay.
Holy crap, it is laggy. AF.
Okay. Just do your best to fix yourself. We'll continue on, and we'll get to you when we can. Just fix it. Fix it on your end. So basically, I'm taking a fire extinguisher, and I'm doing what I can.
Hi is just walking out of this lander. He is completely calm, eerily still, and is just chanting the litany of the electromancer.
And yeah, like the Arvis is like on fire behind you, and as you can see here, you've kind of got this like light around, but otherwise it's super dark out. Like the sky's pretty obscured. You know that there are like essentially the equivalent of like flashlights or flash lumens in there that you could grab and utilize if you wanted to. There'd be probably 2 if any of you wanted to take one.
I'm just
Zedek.
We should probably get flashlights. Does anybody else not have one they do need?
I could hold one. I have kind of a hand free. But I recommend you, Captain Zedek, to hold a flashlight for your followers there.
Yes, the mashed potato platoon. Lads, are you okay? Are you dead? You don't seem to be. Or maybe are they eating again? I think they're just eating.
I think they're
They're
fine.
they're just like also grabbing like different like tiny pumpkins and stuff from around and stuffing them in their pockets.
Are they also like using the fire of the Arvis as like a cooking area?
Yes, clearly.
Hateful. Oh, nuts. The map's black. Jesus.
And they're
look at the top left.
crunching and yeah.
Oh,
There
like
you
the
go.
whole
I
map
got
was
you there.
black.
And they're like crunching on food stuffs and Can everyone give me an awareness test, please? Actually, no, never mind. This
Okay.
system does not do that. I do a thing.
I do a thing.
Whoops. Okay. What's everyone's passive awareness?
Oh.
You're gonna have to
My
look at
passive
mine.
awareness. Yeah. My passive awareness is not great.
Okay.
Passive awareness 2.
2.
Okay. 2.
I need you to look at mine because I can't
2.
look at it with how bad my connection is.
Actually, yeah, mine's like 2.
Probably. Okay, so you do all suddenly hear this this sound coming from this direction, and it sounds like marching feet on stone, like.
Well, I suppose.
And then you hear louder crunching. All right, boys. Gotta be on the lookout for them. They should be around here somewhere. Gonna bring them back to the capital.
I put
as
Tater
they
Tot
say.
with the other ratlings and going, please take care of Tater Tot. So just to make sure Tater Tot's fine. And I begin making my way that way, which I'll move just once this way.
Yeah, can you give me just a flat out awareness test?
Sure can. As soon as I click the thing, go into the thing, clicking
do
it,
the thing.
and that's a glory.
That's a glory. Cool. Except you rolled an athletics test, but that's fine.
Oh, did I? Oh, my bad. Hold up. I got it. There you go. Still a glory.
There you go. Also glory. Cool. Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
So you have these flashbacks to a past mission where you heard someone refer to as boys and you're all sorts of worried and you start peeking down and you realize seeing out in the distance you see this small light source here. I'm just gonna hopefully
Yeah, just do it a little. Try my best to make sure everyone in chat sees what we got. So if you got to point us to something that's different from what's in the middle, just shift click it.
Yeah, I'm hoping you'll be able to see this is all.
I'll tell you if I see anything new. I have to go for it.
Probably-
As you set that
probably
up, is everyone fine? Everyone good?
I'm okay. I would also like to check on the platoon and Tater Tot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Which one looks to be the surliest? Anything close to a leader among the four?
You can decide what the leader is.
Sure. A particularly surly one. Probably
Okay.
not the brightest looking either, but he just happens to be the biggest, so he's the de facto leader. I'll go up to him and I will just get real close and be like, keep Tater Tot safe. That child
also-
is more important than you can imagine. If you do this, I will promote you. You have everything you need.
All right. Okay.
What's your name? I guess you're kind of a soldier now. So what's your name, soldier?
What is my name? You can name him. He's your minion. Do you want?
I do
Here,
have a set of names.
let me pull up one of my horrible names here.
Oh no.
Yeah, that Alpha
yeah.
forced us to make. I think Alpha named each of them, I think.
He did not name the Grumble Tum Tum Farm. That was me.
I have 4 names. All right.
I'm Bellhog. Bellhog 4 feet.
Fork feet?
Yes.
Alright.
All right, Bellhog. If if you do as I asked and keep him safe, I'll give you a new title. Maybe another name. I'll pat him on his gross little head, and I'll meet up with Lorn.
Yeah, at this point. Also, just to fix Earndil, I don't know if Earndil has sight on the map or stuff at the top
Do
left.
any of you have
There we
sight,
go.
or is it all black for all of
Now I can see.
I got it.
Okay, he's got it.
I wasn't
Alright,
given light.
So as Tater Tot is now hopefully safe, I begin to make my way towards the source of the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
so here, I'm just going to give you some light to yourself here.
I'm gonna take the flashlight and be like, hello, hello.
Okay, I'm going to move you down to where I need you to be.
There you go. Yeah, that can work.
Yeah, I think you can kind of make out, actually, well, move to there, and as you kind of like head down towards that, you see some figures.
But what kind of figures? Are they grotesque? They are.
And what you see is another group of ratlings. These ones are marching in like a gaggle, one could say, and are just sort of heading down the road.
Oh my god.
And they have onions on their belts because it was the style at the time.
And I see them and I'm like, well, Braine, it seems we've possibly found some rescuers.
I would not be so sure. The Omniscience speaks through me and urges caution. And gratuitous violence, as always. Always gratuitous violence.
Oh, of course, of course. Well,
Get
it's
down.
difficult to do.
Get down. You
Are they
don't
speaking
want
to
them
us, or-
See ya. You just hear this voice. Get down. You don't want them to see ya.
I get down inside the pumpkin patch and I look around to see the source of the voice.
You see nothing. Just this. Stay down. You too, Red One. Get down.
Who dares? And I'm going to look down and see who the hell this is.
Both of you can give me awareness tests.
Yay!
Awareness test. At that I click. There we go. And I bring down confrontation.
Nice!
Yeah.
Oh,
So clearly, Braine, you make some kind of noise,
Undoubtedly, it's my whirring servos or the,
and like one of these ratlings come as looking over the field, well snacking on an onion.
I turn my head to look at him.
Then he turns and walks away.
All right,
I was about to cast Crush.
All right, well, they saw us. What now?
Be quiet. Hey, out. See you. Just stay quiet.
I have a question. How did not see the burning wreckage up in the field?
That's where they're going. They don't
Oh.
see you though. You should get your friends over here quick.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a good point.
Hey, Braine, go get our friends.
All right, yes. Friends, you need to come over here. There's a problem.
I grab him. I will fucking crush you. Do you understand me? I will forge you a new asshole if you don't quit your shit. Now do it
They're
silently.
just ratlings. How bad could it be?
But
But I
are you
see your
giving me?
point.
Are you saying I can murder them?
I'm saying that if they cause problems, then they are points with legs and heartbeats.
We must consult the others first. Go get them.
Indeed, yes. And I'm going to... Hello, friends. It seems as though there are some ratlings playing traitor, and they're looking for us. Ain't that weird?
Zedek, Reeb,
I don't... Are you sure they're traitors? They're not just the party trying to find us?
Could be the people from the capital. Might be some guards. They probably fired their soup bombs at us.
Yes.
soup bombs.
While I was above,
Soup bombs.
that's what it seemed like was being shot at us. I took a hit right in the middle of my chest, even dented my logo a little bit. They'll pay for their transgression.
And then you just hear from the southern pumpkin patch. Keep your voices down. They're walking away. They're too lazy to cross the stream and check it out.
Who said that?
Gather
I assume at this
round,
point. Yeah,
gather
sorry.
round. And out, like walking out from the patch, and Lorn, you can see this is another rattling.
Oh no. Oh god.
Oh dear.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Why is
Hi,
this?
who are
Why?
Stop.
Why is this framed like it's in a romance visual novel?
Are you jealous?
No, I
Is this
don't
not
want
the path
this.
you picked?
I did not.
Golden
Are you
ending.
hot yet?
We're gonna talk using this. And I think that is that's where we're going to call it for tonight. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, that was
Thank you so much.
that was
Oh, boy.
delightful. And I hope
Hooray.
Oh, fun.
hope everyone had a good time playing. Hope everyone had a good time watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for being here. And of course, throughout the entire stream, I've been asking everyone with the Antlion audio thing to basically be rolling on through it and everything else. So at this point, I've been having Nightbot basically take all of your submissions. If you have not done !Antlion audio now, hopefully you can get into it. Basically, so you know, basically they're going to bring out a USB mod mic in those headphones. They can be shipped basically anywhere, so no matter what country you are, we'll be able to try to get that to you. So be sure to do that now to kind of win on that giveaway. I'm going to be doing it here in a minute as we kind of do some of our little outro stuff here. So for one, I'd like to go around the horn so you can all follow us at various things. Not to mention, we also have a Patreon at the same time as Patreon for us as Warhams. We wanted to make sure you at least enjoyed the first episode. And if you did enjoy the first episode, we would greatly appreciate it if you guys would have it. It's not required. You're still going to get the show and everything else. And I would just say thank you to everybody who's been contributing so far. You guys have been amazing. We hope you come back. This will be every other Saturday, by the way. And for people looking for VODs and stuff, VODs will be posted into the future. So do be aware of it into the future. We should be back on the 11th, not the 4th. 4th is obviously a holiday for America and something, but we'll be back on July 11th for the next episode. And so with that going around the horn, the person who has played Braine.
Yes, Speaker D. You can follow me on Twitter at SuperSnakeKick. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which has a dearth of content, but might be getting more in the future, called Speaker D.
And the person who's been playing Reeb Van Horn.
Once again, I am Earndil, and I am again the writer. You can follow me on Twitter at Earndilio. Boy, that's a difficult sentence to say. I don't post a whole lot. I do, however, sometimes show off tidbits of the writing process behind TTS. I would encourage you to watch the show. Please watch the show. We need you to watch the show. Thank you.
And
That's all.
the player of Captain Zedek.
That would be me. You can follow me at HulkyKrow on Twitter. I also don't post a whole lot. I may post a funny picture here and there. Might have some content or dubs coming in the future, but that remains to be seen.
And of course, the star of the show, our game master, Thurston Hillman.
Hi, I'm Thirsty. You can follow me at OnCallGM on pretty much all the things, but mostly Twitter. Real quick, I do want to shout out the Patreon one other time because there are two things that are important for people to know. You notice we had two oddly named servitors in this episode. Well, one of our Patreon tiers is you can show up in our adventures as a servitor. And despite Zoran telling people not to sign up for our Patreon until they saw our content, we had two people. So that's why we had some oddly named servitors this session. And on top of that, we are also hoping to build up a dearth of custom complications submitted by our players, or our Patreon people out there. So if you're interested in adding a complication to make the players' lives more of a living hell, feel free to check it out. That's me.
Along with providing content on it, on the tokens and some of the art that you saw, we'll be slowly but surely divvying them out on certain tiers and stuff like that. So if you're trying to run your own games and stuff, we'll be slowly but surely releasing some token art that you can use in your old Roll20 Fantasy Grounds or whatever tabletop, virtual tabletop that you're wanting to do. So with that, let's go ahead and pick a winner real quick for basically the Antlion audio stuff, and we're going to roll it. Hopefully they're still here in the chat. And rolling it. Strategic Owl, you have won. Basically, what I'm going to get from you, we're going to basically, I need you to make sure your whispers are on. I'm going to whisper you here on Twitch. If you don't know what that is, quickly Google it and make sure I'm able to do so. Just say something in chat, Strategic Owl. Making sure that you are still here. I need to make sure you're still alive. Because if you're not alive here in a minute or two, then I am going to have to roll again. There you go. Got it. So with that... Congratulations, Strategic Owl. Thank you so much for being here. And also thank you to Antlion Audio for providing that giveaway thing. They basically wanted to kind of give a nice giveaway thing, so please visit them if you ever need some audio needs, which I use one myself during the VR chat streams, which will be right after this at 8:30 PDT. And with that, I think it's time that we finally leave it all, fellas. So... thank you again to everyone for being here. It's been an absolute joy having you. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you come back. Please stay tuned to Alpha Booster's channel and my channels and stuff like that for even more content. And we hope to see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everyone.
So long.
Bye.
Tater tot.